Hello and welcome to Tales from the Dark Side Crew, your Star Wars news and weekly comic recap presented by Renovision. The show that has no problem admitting when it's wrong and looks forward to proving it someday. Tonight, we're covering one Star Wars comic, Dr. Aphra 17. Wow, that's it? I sure hope we have something else to talk about then. Well, there's news, the latest Star Wars merch. Tonight, we learn the origins of some of the terminologies that we've been hearing on the Book of Boba Fett, and we get reviews and opinions on Episode 2. We rank some comic appearances of this week's big news as we look at the brief history of Black Krrsantan, Black K, BK, from back before his Disney Plus debut. In a new segment, we show some of this week's more relevant comics and how you, the market, are determining their level of FOMO. And yes, we'll have the results of round 2 of our Fantasy Fett game. Let's get it going, fellas.
Okay, so for those that are wondering why we're doing double intros, if you got to see the double intros, it's because some of you complained that you aren't getting to see the intros at all, so we now put a double buffer in it. Let us know if it's working or not, man. We don't know what YouTube's doing with the ads, all right? All right, Jedi, take it around the horn. Let's give it to him.
Okay, well, he's back in his element this week, making lists to rank and argue about. If you're happy and you know it, flex your guns, flex your guns. It's Macho Man Marco. Some channels claim to have vision, but would they let a clairvoyant lizard crawl into their nostril? He would. He must. I mean, how else does he do it? It's the visionary Pete Renovision. So how many flashbacks does it take before they're no longer flashbacks, but a story's true setting with flashes of the future? His inquiring mind demands to know. It's the guy behind the curtain, gritting his teeth, J.J. Maxwell. Well, nothing is wiping the smile off this guy's face. Haters have tried all week, but nope, it's frozen like carbonite. It's the giggly Dom Tober, and the hunt is on. Well, he shouldn't be allowed to show his face this week. No, not because he just had septoplasty nose surgery a few days ago, but because he failed to pick up neither BK nor the Pikes for his dream round pickup. Yeah, that's me getting it wrong as usual. Jedi Johnson 22. And, oh God, what the heck is this guy doing here? He only appears when we review Star Wars anime. Oh, no, it better not be. It's way too soon. Way too soon. But it's Sam, triple dodgeball. We're glad to have him. Let's get it going, guys.
Good job. We do have Sam here. It is not for anime purposes. It's to help us discuss the just Boba Fett and kind of some of the background stories, maybe make some guesses of what's going on. And probably clarify what I ramble on about when I say, like, oh, it's Kurosawa. Yeah, everybody knows that. So, Sam, thanks for coming. We appreciate it. Plus, it's good to have you.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Let's go through the chat real quickly. Ruben was a whole day early, from what I hear. So, I mean, like, yo, it was great. Wayseeker, we were just talking about this. We're going to cover it. We're going to do probably Fallen Stars first and Disaster. Just that it dropped the same time that Fett dropped, and then we try to do it Wednesday. We're trying to get the info. We can't figure out where to give you guys what you want the most so that you don't get FOMO in the middle of the season and then you're buying like stuff you shouldn't or whatever, or that your information's coming out wrong, or people are saying scars aren't on people's eyes or whatever's been going on this week. Sam, yeah, we do we have to pull that back up? If you watch the Wednesday show, we had like drawings and clips and like insides outs, and Pete, I guess we can pull back up that brilliant piece of art that I did where it showed all the clippings of the Scar. Yeah. Speaking of Scar, okay. Do you think that? No, I bet you he was not. I wasn't. He probably had some droids clean it up before he was in there. Hey guys. Hey Justin. Funhouse
That's
Comics. Funhouse Comics. Who was your partner?
No, Justin.
Oh, Justin's your partner. Funhouse Comics. Let's see what this is. A flying V, I think. I don't know what that is. No clue what that is.
Live long and prosper. Star Trek.
Don't know what that is.
Marcus'
Okay.
favorite.
I almost
Yo,
wore
good
that
to
shirt
see
just
you.
for fun today.
Happy Sunday. Did we get Sam yet? We did get Sam already. Eric, good to see you. Obi, what's going on? Thomas, good to see you too. We're getting clappy. Hey, Pete, this guy's still saying hey to you. Dan, good. We did miss you during the holidays. I was actually going to text you because I hadn't seen you in a while. Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, we got
Here's
that
your
February
thing, by
show
the
coming
way.
up. Yeah, there it is. See, look, there's a scar right there. You see it? Look. That looks like a scar. That looks like a scar. That looks like a scar. It looks like burnt flesh too. Steve Horn. Oh, yeah. Steve was going to come on, but he's doing inventory, so he's not going to come on. We might be having a new segment of Steve just doing a 2-minute review on what he thinks the Book of Fett is. It probably should be just about as good as what Jedi thinks anime is. So we'll do that. Stick Boy, good to see you. Zags, what's going on, my man? Good to see you. And Geekstronomy, he must be family. All right. Oh, wow. Good Girl, Bad Robots is on here, too. I didn't even get to the bottom of it. Yeah, okay. Oh, Kev. What's going on, Kev's, too? Kev Collectible. All right. We got to stop saying hi to everybody, so we'll get the rest later. Let's start off with news. Pete, do you have news, or do you want me to run it through it?
Wait, do you want to do news or do you want to do the pickups first?
Oh, pickups, sure. Go ahead. Let's do pickups.
Who wants to go first?
I'll
In the
go
comics.
I will.
Journals.
Oh, good.
Funhouse. We'll talk about it.
Let me go.
Later.
Right.
We got a bunch of stuff. While he's getting ready, I'm gonna move JJ in there real quickly. Though we're gonna do pickups, then we're gonna do news. We got comic reviews, which is one, but we got some surprises, and we're gonna try to give you some rumors, not leaks. Like we didn't see the books or anything. We're gonna give you some rumors of what's coming up this week and maybe in the future. And then JJ's gonna give us that. And then what else do we have? We're gonna have the let the market decide, all that stuff that Jedi said. Then after market decide, we're gonna do the Fett review. And then we're going to do fantasy after that. That's how the lineup's going today. Dom's in there someplace too. JJ, are you there?
After that thing.
Yep.
The market.
Go ahead.
Nope. Nobody knows about this one, right? Did find one of those.
Nakayama.
Picked up one of these guys.
Oh,
So I
like
didn't have
that.
the foil version. Yeah.
Oh,
you
yeah.
can see the foil with the reflection.
Ooh, shiny,
Yeah, so this-
shiny.
Yeah, I still never figured out. I still don't know what the difference between the gold foil and the like how many were produced. I have no idea. So,
Oh no,
that
that's
comes
ridiculous.
up.
You're never gonna figure
Anyway,
that
so
out.
if anyone
Yeah.
knows that,
Yeah.
go for it. No, it's with all those things. It's weird. And then picked up another one of these guys. So this is number 3. It's comic number 4, but number 3 that I have.
I like
that's
it.
Galaxy's Edge 4. That's the 1 in 25. Afra.
18th different way they
Stacey
drew
Lee,
Afro.
I think, is the artist.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think Stacey Lee was the artist on that. And this finally came in from Comic Mint. So you can't see it now. This is the virgin glow in the dark collector's Clone Wars collector's edition of Insider.
Is that 5, JJ?
And then I also got. Do what?
Did you get the foil Mandalorian Insider that came out today? Comic Mint?
No, I didn't get that one. The all black with Tim on the front. No, but I did get a fat stack of these guys. So this is Star Wars Gamer Magazine. Yeah. So I got issues 1 through 10. A lot of them still sealed. So.
Nice.
I'm not going to show you all 10 because that'll take
cool.
forever. Unless you guys really want to see all 10.
No, you're
But
already
this one right
breaking the
here,
5 rule.
Yeah. I'm over. So this one is an important one. We'll get to maybe that next week. But,
No, go ahead. Tell it because I have it right back over there. I actually talked about it a couple months ago, but go ahead. Go ahead. Tell us why it's important.
This guy right down here.
Darth Bane.
Yeah.
Those 3 words. So,
Mhm.
yeah. You want me to keep going? You want to see the rest?
Later. No, don't want to see the rest. No, thank you. That's number 20, 22, 23. All right, you're going to be in timeout next week. Okay, JJ, anything else? Dom, do you got anything?
No.
Yes, I do.
Dom, it is. There you go, Dom.
Got a couple of pops. A Sabine and a Din Djarin Mandalorian with the Darksaber.
Nice.
Also, a Fennec Shan.
Mhm.
And then this is pretty cool. I wound up getting Cobb Vanth as well as the Chase.
So is it just Boba Fett? Is it just Boba Fett with them changing it to Cobb Vanth as the name?
Yeah.
Is it the same
Where's his hip out? Does he have a little hip out in his stance?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Little Raylan Givens?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Pretty cool. And I got 2 slabs. I came.
What did you get? Slabs?
I got this. Second printing of number 5.
Mm-hmm.
90. And then I got this one. The black
Oh yeah.
The Black
armor.
That was one, right? Wasn't that one?
Yeah.
All right, good slabs down. Next up, Jedi Pete. Do you got anything?
I got some toys.
Okay,
Nice.
Jedi. There you go.
So I only got two things. I picked up another. Oops.
Oh, sorry, my bad. There you go. Oh, a little sketch
Another
card.
video
Nice.
sketch. I think this is my third one, third or fourth one I've been able to get. The prices are coming down for anybody that's interested in at least some of the not so in demand characters. And then I got this for my other collection, my
Ooh.
Star
Nice.
Wars big font blue box Jabba.
That's a thing.
Because if it was for Jabba, there would be no twins, maybe? I don't know. It's an important guy.
Jabba Novata.
I don't know if that's true or not.
Right.
Is that it? All right. I got one thing. I have this was it still might be available if you guys want it. $14 GameStop.
No,
There you go.
I tried.
Did you? Sorry, I tried to
Yeah.
let everybody get a hold of it before.
I
Okay.
tried to
Oh,
do it. They didn't have
okay.
my size.
Well, they had mine.
Yeah, they had one left
I was gonna
in
buy it all
my
out of
size,
stock
but-
and hand it out, but then I was like, and then I hit the go button, and then it was like you gotta. I had a bunch of other variants because we had a variant sale, but then I would have broken the golden rule of 5, JJ, and so I decided not to do that. Pete, what do you got?
All right. So
Technically, it was 5. It was just a series.
before I get to the toys, I did get this in my DCBS order, the PX version of the
PX version.
what is this, Malgus, or I don't know how to say his name.
Mouse.
Malgus, I think. Yeah.
Mouse.
Yeah,
It
Malgus,
is.
right? Anyway, the PX cover of that. Then I
It's
got
actually an underrated Sith.
my mini Ahsoka. The
Nice.
3/4 one finally came in, as well as my Aura Singh finally came in.
Nice.
Oh, you
Felt like I ordered these ages ago, and I got my
you
Wrecker.
probably did.
You probably did. Yeah, because doesn't next week, isn't that when the Sith brother finally comes out at GameStop?
So,
I gotta go pick that up.
and then this isn't mine. This is my son's, but I'll probably figure out a way to try to build this with him. I don't know. Ask Lobrix how we do this.
Ooh, nice.
Do one of those speed builds or something.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I don't know.
Still
If you guys are
supposed to
interested in that
build
kind
the
of thing.
You still owe us a Boba Fett build.
Well, I don't have Boba Fett. I got the Imperial the probe droid.
Oh, that's right.
I think I have a Boba
You're
Fett.
right.
I'll build.
I think you
My
owe us
son's just been killing it on the Lego, so I'm like crazy.
Got to
He's
figure out
killing
how to
it.
set up the camera to do,
Mm.
to catch
Okay. Did you have anything, Sam? I know we just invited you on and didn't even ask you. No,
that's
good
okay.
stuff. All right, cool. Finally, it's done. All right. So let's get into the news. Pete, you want to run news or you want me to?
it. I'm going to run this, then you can run it.
I like that, Pete. Nice add-on. Very good.
We did it
All right.
last week.
Well, I wasn't paying attention last week. I very rarely pay attention to the show at all, actually. So news is a little bit light, so I think we're gonna troll a little bit on that, and then we're gonna have a little bit of a light comic thing. Let's go, JJ. What do you got for us here?
So this was something that I don't know if everybody picked up on if you go way back in the day, but in Book of Boba, this came up where 44 years later we get or at least part of or characters from the New Hope deleted scene. So I still did not get Big Stark letter. So
Which is
disappointing.
messed up because we
But those
mentioned
two,
something
the
about.
couple-
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say the couple at the bar or sitting down there is actually Cammy and Fixer. So they were in this deleted scene at Tashi Station that we never got to see also long ago. But
I think
Yeah.
we might be the worst at the fantasy game because we actually talked about this before we drafted fantasy, saying, yeah, it looks like these two are in the that one preview that came out around Christmas time because it looked like it was Tashi Station, and we did, yeah, this place looks like Tashi Station, and then none of us chose this as our going to show up in the thing. So we're really
Nope.
we're calling out characters that are showing up and then not picking them. So this is going very well. Okay, next up.
It was the dream pick. We were picking things that were unlikely.
I think we're going outside.
That and Tashi Station. Tashi Station lost some of its luster over the year. It used to be cool and people were hanging out, and now it's like a bunch of bikers and like people getting.
They had the Pac-Man game that you can play inside and sit at that table.
They did, yeah. They had that old video game that was kind of cool. All right, what's next?
So I'm doing rumor mill early in the news this time. So yeah, this is still a rumor. I don't know. It doesn't die apparently. So now he's reportedly, even though the show's already started, done filming his Star Wars return. I guess maybe, I don't know. Somebody drafted him though, so who has him?
Don does. I mean, they did say, when they said in June, when they said that it finished filming in June, and they actually turned the stage over to he's gonna be in ObiWan then, because they turned the stage over, like they redid it and turned the stage over to shoot for ObiWan. Either way, whatever, dude.
When they film Andor, then
what?
When did they film Andor?
Yeah, Andor's been done.
All right, didn't know if it was between.
No. It was
Andor was done shot somewhere different too.
Yeah, and they're different. This is actually in the studio. They did both this and Obi in the same studio, so they had to finish Book of Fett so they could shoot for Obi. That doesn't mean you couldn't just put him in and do an edit, I guess. But like, I don't know, man. I heard today that he's in it for sure because Morrison said that like, just wait till 7. Fans are really gonna love it. They'll be surprised. So that means for sure, 100%. He's showing up. Please don't ruin him. Please just use the young kid. Like, let's leave Han alone. Leave him alone, please. Please.
You can't use the young kid now. He's too young. They're like,
I don't give a shit. Leave Han alone. Don't touch him. You don't touch. You know when you all were kids and you went over your grandma's house and whatever language they spoke, you knew they had one fucking thing you couldn't touch, right? It was like maybe it was not even worth anything, but they to them it was worth a shit ton. Don't touch it. You want to know why you could touch it? Because you were probably going to break it. So do not touch Han Solo because I don't want you breaking him, please.
So this is like the crystal egg in Risky Business?
Yeah, don't touch it. Don't touch him, please. Thank you very much. Okay. Next up.
What about Amelia Clark? Can we touch this?
No, I mean,
so rumor number 2
you can't have a bunch of guys saying don't touch her. I mean, that's kind of sketchy, but okay.
That's pretty simple.
No, that's appropriate. Don't touch.
Well, the thing I do find odd about this rumor, so apparently now she's getting her own show.
Mm-hmm.
How that works, I don't know. But apparently that's the rumor now. But
not doing anything else.
The odd thing about her is like to put in something like Book of Fett, you'd actually have to take the actress and make her look about 15 years older. So
they can do it.
I mean, you could do it, but I don't know what actress is like super thrilled about being made to look old.
Hey, they did it at the end of the Harry Potter movies. 19 years later, they aged them all up.
That's true. I don't know.
Well, I think this is this is because like rumors go in cycles, right? So when comic book guys are starting rumors that this character was going to show up and it didn't work out right off the bat, then it finally picked up to other sites like this one, which is trying to. Apparently, this site started not too long ago, maybe within the year. They're called. Where the source is supposed to be is something called hashtag something. It used to be Professor Hoke Labs because he used to hate on Hasbro Labs and then he changed. Either way, so I mean, good luck to this guy in his career and making shit up. I don't think it's
like
a bad
that
idea,
strip mall that just keeps turning over the one store.
I don't like. Thing. I would really love. I think with all the hype that it does get, like that she gets too in love, especially after the series and everything else, like it'd be cool to finally see that Gap portion. I think we'd all look for it. Wouldn't you love to see the Gap portion after when she had to go meet with Maul? You get Darth Maul and you get her.
Oh yeah,
that's the perfect thing.
I was perfectly fine with finishing the Han trilogy. Like there was supposed to be a trilogy. Yeah. I was perfectly fine with finishing that out. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, they did away with it because it didn't have much success in the box office. But like the story wasn't that bad. Like you could have fleshed that out for 2 movies.
Which I think that now that you get love on some of this stuff, like that's kind of how. I mean, when you think about it, that is kind of how we got the Obi thing back, right? Like they were going to dump Obi. But there was so much love for it in Uprising that they made it. So maybe there's enough Uprising with all these rumors that we do get the rest of the Solo trilogy. They just call it the Kira portion or whatever. And
she's definitely been getting a lot more traction lately.
Yeah, really so that's cool.
And it's an easy plug for him. I mean, you know who you need to cast. It's not like you got to like spend a whole bunch on a casting director and get everything set. I mean, for at least for your star. Like they just got to pay her a bunch of money probably, but they know who they need.
Yeah, that's the tough bit. When you have to cast that person, it makes for a difficult negotiation,
especially for a Disney Plus show if you don't have that contract already done by now. That's the tough part. Like that's the whole thing. Like Han Solo or Harrison Ford apparently signed his contract, 3 weeks ago to do the Solo thing that's going to show up in Boba Fett. Like that's a lot of money to be dropping for. Like that's just a lot.
And actors and actresses are often reluctant after they get out of a long series like Game of Thrones, going back into something that could also be a potentially long.
That is true.
Yeah, but what if it's only a one-on? What if it's only a one-on? What if it's one thing they give you?
It depends on how they make it.
Yeah, I would be down if they made. If they brought back
a movie.
If they brought back Park and they did a Darth Maul and did a little blah 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 blah.
I don't think they can bring Park back.
Why not?
I think he had issues.
He exposed his double-bladed lightsaber.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Good job, buddy.
But
Nobody likes making money anymore, do they? They don't like making money.
Doesn't this rumor just feel like kicking the ball down the lane though? It's just like, oh, she didn't show up here, so it's got to be something else.
It does. Look, I'm not saying the rumor's true. I'm saying I would like to see it. I'm not
when that
saying
doesn't happen,
that it's
she's getting her own movie, guys.
Okay,
Ray Park would love to show.
All
it
right.
to you.
Well, I don't put these slides together, so don't blame me. I know nobody listens. They're going to blame me
I'm
anyway.
just commenting on the conversation.
All right, man. I hate these damn things.
Oh, come on, viral videos.
No, I hate the receipts. I hate the receipts, not what they're doing. No.
Oh, exactly. So what he did was he took his receipt and he put it to John Williams and made it like a crawl. like vertically. So it looked like the Star Wars crawl. But literally this receipt's like super long. Like he's in his car and he's like reaching way back over his shoulder because it's so long.
Yeah.
Like dumping it behind his head.
It's awesome.
And he bought 7 items.
Ooh!
7 items.
Wait.
So
Dwayne Scott's going to get heat here in a minute. He's going to get heat here in a minute. I owe him one. Yeah, Scott's getting heat. All right. Dude, this is what have you ever told them, like, please could you just take care of these for me? And they'll always hit you up with, but there's a $3 off coupon in here. And you're like, yeah, could you just recycle this for me? No, you got to take it. There's a coupon in here. I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to throw it in the trash then, unfortunately, because
I'm pretty sure the paper shortage could be solved by CVS not printing the coupons on the end of the receipts.
Yeah,
can you
solve the world's
recycle
paper
that
shortage?
paper? It's that heat paper.
Probably would.
That's not normal paper.
Yeah, it's whatever. I don't care. Get rid of it.
So this one's for Jedi. Pete made me do it.
There you go.
So Fitz Media,
We lost them.
Disappeared.
they announced it
ran.
once ago.
You ran.
But actually, the art in it looks pretty cool. So they announced it a while ago that
Yeah.
there was going to be a 45 manga artists contributing to this tribute to Star Wars thing, which actually comes out next week, January 11th. But yeah, cool. It looks like a cool looking art book.
Yeah.
Looking forward to flipping through it. So it is only available in hardcover to start, so it will cost you $25. But let's see. This is just fun. I think it's Infinity Hour. They're calling the comic, but we're gonna get a Star Wars parody Rick and Morty comic apparently. So
Cool. Those are fun.
Can we get an
That's it.
episode?
no. So gaming portion, we get to apparently, although it's not been confirmed, mind you, by anybody, but Fallen Order 2, which mind you has not been officially announced, is supposed to be revealed in May at E3. But E3, which I'll get to in a minute, kind of just got tanked. So whether or not this will happen, I don't know. Or maybe they just do it in an investors meeting or something like that. But it's highly anticipated that Fallen Order 2 will be announced.
When's E3
in May,
supposed to be?
and hopefully by the end of the year come out.
When's
Say
E3
what?
supposed to be? When's E3 supposed to be? Is it
E3
February?
is a video game.
No, when?
Yeah,
No,
like-
when?
yeah,
Isn't
it's
it
in May.
February?
It's supposed to be
May.
May.
Okay.
No, it's in May.
Okay, yeah.
But it just got switched to virtual.
Yeah.
So whether or not we'll still see that announcement is suspect. And then there was some rumors are going on that Star Wars Celebration may follow them and not be
No.
in
Just
Anaheim
host
this year.
this.
So
I'm so sick. Like, this was a
don't worry,
crappy
I'm
one.
just telling you. Yep.
I know, but like,
Do it. I said do it.
This was the one I didn't buy to because my kids are still like at the time 2 years ago, like flying them out there would have been ridiculous. Now it's like, yo, bring it back to the somewhere Midwest or East Coast so we can go back to this thing. And it's gonna be 3 years. If they suspend this, it's gonna be 3 years in the running, and that means they're not gonna do it in the other, the other areas through the rotation. So this sucks.
Send it to
man.
Orlando.
It's just, yeah. I mean, they can.
Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet that
Yeah, I'm just saying. Well, this one though, they're gonna keep doing Anaheim because the tickets just keep bouncing. So like, they're gonna keep doing it.
Well, look, you got to see what goes on at the end of this month. You have London's Toy Fair. If that gets canceled, New York City Toy Fair gets canceled, and then it'll start unraveling
trickle down effect.
cancellations.
Chain they better not do it. Well, they just give the money back. Call it a day. Give Anaheim all their people money back, and just not yet. No,
and
we
this
have
came
to
about
do it.
because
nobody
E3's
cares about California, anyways. What?
Yeah, this came about because of E3's thing, but E3 is also a trade show. To remind everybody, and Celebration is obviously more than a trade show. It's
and the spaces are
convention.
wider open in Celebration. So, all right, Star Wars. Okay,
but Yep, just capping off. No spoilers or anything because not all of us have finished the book yet, which is why we're going to do it in a week or so. But it is getting positive reviews. So, Fallen Star is the last book. I'm sorry, in Phase 3. So, getting good reviews. I'm only 4 chapters in, but I like it so far.
Yeah, no, it's good.
And then,
it's good. It's good.
And I don't know. Yeah, this slide, I don't know. So this review is up, but this, to my knowledge, got delayed until like May 1st
because they got the pre-book out. They sent out if you got your
they must have got a
pre-copies
preview book in it.
Yeah, they got the preview book.
Yeah,
but,
I gotcha.
But one of Jedi's favorite characters showing up in there.
Is that Diva Lone Pop?
It is Lone Pop.
It is. Yep.
God, how old is
So
she?
it should be a good story. I do like it's Vanessa Rowe centric story. So Rowe's a good character. I'm thinking it'll actually be a pretty good book, hopefully. But this is the middle grade book, I guess you would call it.
Who's writing it?
It's a kid's book, right?
I don't know if you're not into that. Yeah, kids book. Yeah, you could look at it like
they're not going to draw her all sexy then. So
I think like 5th grade reading level.
Yeah.
No. But yeah.
Oh, it's on Kindle, so they released it on Kindle already.
Yeah. You know what's weird though? No audiobook announcement yet for Midnight Horizon, which is the Daniel Jose Older book, and that comes out February. So no audiobook announcement.
The Lone Pop Guild. All right.
And
don't worry, I'll still go after Great Scott.
Well,
just wait till the news is over. Go ahead.
There was a High Republic anniversary special they did, which was about a 20-minute kind of show thing, which they do this show about quarterly or so. But this one obviously recapped the whole year with all the writers and everything in it. If hit the next slide for me, there was some interesting bits from Quest of the Jedi, which is the second phase here. So apparently it's going to start in October 2022 or 2022. Yeah, and but it's interestingly enough, it doesn't pick up where things left off. It's going 150 years in the past. So it'll actually be, I'm assuming, new characters and stuff, because it's going to be before we know all the characters we know now. So it's going to basically be like a prequel trilogy.
More flashbacks?
Yep. Except Yoda.
Well, I didn't know if it'd be flashbacks. Apparently, it's taking place in the past. Like the whole thing is designed to be in the past. So, I don't know. And they have 4 new writers lined up to do books. Some of the other writers are still hanging on. Like Kevin Scott's getting a comic series, so he's going to take over the High Republic Marvel comic series.
Yeah, the main
George
one, right?
Mann's going to start writing comics coming up too.
Yep.
He's the guy that did ever read those
Scott
Star
takes
Wars?
over in.
Go ahead. Sorry, JJ.
I was going to say Scott takes over in October, so there's time before he takes over.
So George Mann, if you ever read those books where it was like the Star Wars fairy tales that came out like a year ago, it's like he does night version, like a Camelot version of Star Wars writing. It's supposed to be canon, but he tells it in a fairy tale style. That's who that is, just so you know. And the books weren't bad, but they weren't good. All right.
I'm with you, Wayseeker. Porter.
Yep. But that's on the next slide.
I love it. Porter Eagle. That's what I want. Yeah.
That to me is one of the most exciting stuff.
That's the best thing.
Eye of the Storm, which comes out. Yep. Eye of the Storm, which comes out next week. And Charles Soule is going to follow that up by doing a Porter Ingall backstory. So the Blade of Bardota, we will see him in his glory of when he was younger. So, and that's him there in the corner, which doesn't look like him at all. But yeah, he's cloaked.
But they never make him look like
to me. So. And I couldn't find it. But back when it first started, and I don't know if it was actually official art or not, but they had an art thing where it had the Jedis all holding their lightsabers vertically.
Yeah.
And there was a guy like that pictured, and we never figured out who it was.
Probably him.
But he's holding a dark saber, like a black dark saber. So I'm interested to see if it comes up or not.
That's right.
And I don't even know if it's him, but yeah.
Maybe it is. That'd be cool.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, then they're going back
Daniel
to Dark Horse.
older, as we, which we already assumed, but that is the truth that he will be going back. So the IDW series will end, and it looks like the Dark Horse series will begin. I don't know where those stories are going to fall, but and they've phrased it here as an original graphic novel. So I don't know if it's going to be like just one large graphic novel, or if he's going to do like a series.
Zaggy, his name's Dom. Idea. You watch this show every week. The guy's name's Dom. His name is Dom. D-O-M. Real easy. All right. Anything else on this?
The last thing, phase 2, just the mission of disaster, which I told you earlier is actually delayed till March 1st. So, but apparently there's going to be some aspects of what they're doing in phase 2 are going to show up in that.
Cool. Before we start our comic review, we got to call somebody out in the chats. Dwayne Scott. About a month and a half ago, when we decided to talk about characters that were going to show up on this show, I said, Black K, you know what you did? You gave me poops on fire, more fire poops. You started the whole chat doing a chant of Black K is poop and not going to show up. This is on you, Mr. Scott. This is on you, Mr. Scott. I just want to let you know that. We saw that. We went back. We reviewed it. You started the whole fiery poop thing. I'd like to say,
who's we?
Who's we?
What? Oh, well, I went back because JJ said there's no shot he's showing up either. Actually, the whole group said no. Jedi was the only one saying, why are we throwing this in trash? I go, do you see what Scott did in the chat? And it's literally like firing poop emojis, trash cans, people setting people on fire.
I forgive you. I forgive you.
There we go.
We don't hold grudges on this show.
No, none whatsoever.
We love everybody, even when they throw fiery poop at us.
No more fiery poop, bud. All right. Anyways, here we go. We're gonna do the comic review. It's only one. It's Dr. Aphra. We actually finally get to see Ko-Poon Faris, or whatever you want to call her. However you want to pronounce this chick. She's the one that was hooded. So technically, this is the first time we see her. She was a hooded figure. In the last one in one panel.
Speaking of people that did show up, though, I think we got that one wrong.
Well, he did show up. He's right here. Yeah. Well, originally thought it was him. Yeah, and it wasn't. He still showed up.
It's not him.
He's also the Joker now for some reason. So this is the other tag. This is the one that Afro broke up with the rings, and now he's got scarring, kind of, I guess, like he's got battle scars or something. And he definitely is a psychopath. Well, yeah, but then it was the
tell everybody how he got his scars.
He might. He seems to have lost it. He kind of threatens his. Remember, at one point, she was his. They were each other's favorites. He brings up the point about how she killed the uncle and a couple other board members, and then he's like, you might die too. Like, I'm going to kill you, and she's like, really? I am the whole company. You're an idiot.
It wasn't a Jamie Lannister Cersei situation, though, right?
No. Well, kind of. They were kind of like.
Yeah.
Well, they were definitely. In awe of each other, let's put it that way. I don't know if there's going to be a Cersei thing, but whatever. I will say this: reading this book, this character and this character are probably going to hook up, and we might get the Joker and freaking Harley Quinn in the Star Wars series. I don't know why that's a thing, but whatever. Either way, so talking about our girl Ferris, whatever. She knows Afro from back in the day, but she also wants to be part of that Ascendance cult. So she had a cool weapon, though. She has a lightsaber that's not a lightsaber. That technically is just a whip, like an energy whip that can pull the energy out of guns or anything it's using and slam to people's arms. It was cool. I mean, it really was cool what they did here. This book's really, really good. But we've been saying that for the last couple of weeks. There's a bunch of dead hands still laying on the ground. And Afra does the look behind you thing, and you think it's probably going to be somebody behind her, but it isn't. She actually shoots her at this point, which was cool. And then the new Harley Quinn says, I'm going to cut your arms off. And she doesn't get to cut her arms off. Instead, she uses this little thing. So we were thinking that the Ascendants were like Dark Force users, but they might not actually be Dark Force users. They might have just wanted to use the Dark Force and instead use the technology, because on her fingers are these little clickers that light up, and then she can use the hands to go up in the air and attack Afra and Census. So that's kind of cool. That was cool. I thought it was good. It was a great book.
I hated it.
She jumps out the window to live another day, and they actually didn't go back and forth. It was perfect. They gave us the tags in the beginning, the tag family in the beginning, 3-4 pages, just like we wanted, then got all the way through this part of the story. She is then back at her creepy pad. where she's got a bunch of the other Ascendants artifacts, I guess, that she was picking up. Now, remember, the tag that got blown up by Afro is because he put the Ascendants rings on and she blew him up with the rings. So, like, he has the rings. She's going through to look to see where she can get more artifacts. And if you look, it looks like the rings are on the data pad she's looking at. That's why I think her and the Joker will be hooking up, and we'll get our Joker and Harley Quinn. In the meantime, our friend, the archivist, who everybody got really excited about and then found out was actually dead, is not dead in this one. And she's contacting her saying, like, oh, you could have been a Sith if you were did something different with your life, but you're not. So come over here and work for the Crimson Dawn. Once again, this is going to lead us back into the Crimson Dawn thing. I hope that they just do one Afra book. I hope 18 is that, and they go back to telling the Afra story, because the story is really good, and I think that switching it over to Crimson Dawn is going to hurt it a little bit because it's getting a lot of momentum. So there you go with that. Yeah, the gold hand device, right? Yeah, it's got little things on it. She uses the hand to go there. So next week 20, this is what we're going to tell you here. This character that you see in the preview, we're not showing you stuff that isn't public. These pages you're getting, you can find someplace else. They haven't identified this character, but we put all the brains here at Star Wars together, and we figure this might be Ezra Mann, because it sure does look like Ezra Mann to us, doesn't it, JJ?
Elzar.
Whatever.
Elzar,
still, yes. It's going to be his first appearance. Also, we're going to put a little book on a list, and JJ just mentioned something, if you were following earlier, that there might be a wow, Wayseeker's really correcting the Elzar fast, huh? You do know I mispronounce everybody's name on the show, right?
Yes,
it's going to be a long day for you if you're trying to correct my pronunciation.
Black Canasta.
All right,
it's okay.
anyways.
I used to do it in the chat all the time. So.
Yeah, I know. That's why we eventually got
Marco?
you on the show, so you could just
So yeah, you transitioned from Afro to this really quickly. I didn't get a chance to jump in and say
sorry. My bad, JJ.
I did not like that Afro book, and I was obviously you said you liked it, so I was kind of because one of my questions was going to be, does anybody care about this story? I didn't. I didn't like it. I don't know. Every time I read Afro now, I think back to how good it used to be, and I'm just like, this is not holding any water for me. I don't know if they're trying to go. It's like they're doing like the MCU. They're trying to go to like this dark magic phase now via Doctor Strange, via Doctor Afra. I don't know.
Jedi,
I'm not getting it. I don't like it.
Okay. I might be able to explain it. Did you ever read the like original Afra series and like that type of stuff? Like volume 1? Yeah,
the one with Vader,
when she was like an architect and an archaeologist and was like going and stealing stuff, and like she'd get herself in bad situation. Like that's what they finally got back to. Like all this stuff with the Ascendants, like that's kind of what her stories used to be and were really cool. Now the Ascendants, to try to figure out, I'm always for adding on to different forms of dark side users or light side users that aren't Jedi or Sith. You know, because I like that expanded universe. Because there's got to be more people that, tinker in it. So, like, I guess the expectations of finding out what this group is.
Yeah,
I mean that's her whole point.
Maybe what I'm coming to see with Afra, and I know she has a big following, and everyone can't wait for her live action, et cetera, et cetera. I think what I'm starting to see, and I'm usually wrong, is she can't carry anything by herself. She needs a Darth Vader. She needs a Black K. She needs a 000. And her sidekick now, Staros or whatever her name is not doing it. I don't know. It's just weak to me, but hopefully it gets better. I'll keep reading it. But
no, I think the combination, I think you're right. She does need a villain. So I think between the tags and between this new, whatever Ferris or whatever her name is, like I think that gives it to her. She needs like the main overall like pressure to do what she's doing to give her motivation. Yeah, she's a vehicle, but like I think it gets it. Like that's what I like about her. Like that's how she started.
That's every comic book character though.
I know, but like she had Vader,
a villain and a side. I mean,
yes, but she had Vader pressuring her in. But she had Vader pressuring her in, and then like it would cause her to have like a fallout or an issue with another subset character. That's how she started. So I see this as going back to her origins, where like when you took that last break where it was like more other characters like Just Lucky and all the rest of them in the middle of it, I was like, yo, okay. Anybody give a crap about Just Lucky, really?
I like Just Lucky.
Oh,
I like Lucky.
Christ. I should have asked anybody if they knew who the other character was back then. Right, go ahead.
Down this series to me was the the 3 comic interlude we had into War of the Bounty Hunters, where she basically did nothing except for run into Dirge and then end up at an auction and have a panic attack.
Yes.
I mean,
agreed.
that was
bad.
Boring.
That was
the whole 3 comics. The one thing that mattered was she stole the necklace, which led her to this artifact. But like that could have been done in like 3 pages, not 3 comics.
No, but she did that. She did that before. Remember, because it was going into because it really has to go back to the rings. So like her best arc where Tag's blowing himself up and all that part of stuff ended her good part.
Well, I know that, but I'm saying to get to this point, that occurred. Like that was the only thing that occurred in those 3 comics that really mattered that much.
Yeah, it was like 6 comics where it was bad. So I mean, I guess I should have knocked Just Lucky then. I was just saying when they gave Just Lucky his own portion of the comic and she had her own portion, which was the same period of time you're talking about. Like I don't think Just Lucky can hold a comic himself. So, but that's my opinion. I don't think a lot of people have Vader 3 and want her live action. That's why they want her live action. I don't think there's a lot of people that like want her for this. I mean, I like the storylines, but that's just me. So, all right. Once again, is that good enough, Jedi? Can we move on to 20?
Do it.
So besides man, there's one other little tidbit in here from what we hear from all of our sources. We double checked our sources with another source, that says that there might be a name drop of a Sith in here. We can't tell you what Sith that is, but maybe you can find out by watching this show, including let the market decide. And that there's going to be a couple of other things that show up here. So make sure you're grabbing 20, even though it sucks. And by the way, I also hear that I can't verify this or not verify it, that, the book's still not great because they have a lot of weird stuff to try to explain in this book. But whatever. I mean, at least they gave us new characters. Eye of the Storm this week's coming out. We've been talking about this for a while. One good point that they actually did bring up, I know, because like we couldn't prove that he wasn't part of the Chiss, but we hear that this book will. Well, no, we know for sure because on StarWars.com it said it, so we can verify that he is not part of a Chiss. No matter how they draw him, he's not Chiss.
No,
and that maybe there's going to be a bunch of. This is going to be his origin story, pretty much, is what it's getting at. So it's cool. Check it out. I actually do like that last incentive cover. All right, FOC. I put this one out here. I actually labeled it so I wouldn't forget. But the Trails of the Shadow, David Lopez did number 5 for the variant, which is on the left side. And I actually think that's pretty cool, dude. I don't know what everybody else thinks about that, but like that's like Mary Jade type cool stuff. So I like it. I'm probably going to be ordering the incentive for that. And then you got
they make the lightsaber blade so long that it like goes out of frame. Like, it's weird to me when they do that.
Well, opinions and assholes. So I like it.
It ends right there. It ends just off frame. So it's not
look what Zaggy was saying. Yeah. I know a guy who knows a guy. Anyways, what is this? Oh, sorry. I'm watching the. Okay, so then we got Vader 20, which is going to be the crossover to Crimson Reign, I guess. I don't know. I hope not. I mean, it's good. They said there's a lot of characters that are going to show up, and there's some weird bounty hunter that we may or may not have seen before in the previews. Vader's been pretty good, so I mean, who doesn't pick up Vader, right? Everybody's reading Vader. Good.
I don't like the borders on the covers, and this is not.
Oh, I don't. Yeah, I don't like the covers. I know people like the A's, the one on the left. I know people are liking that style. That's like the 4th time they've done it. I don't really like it, but whatever. Yeah. Trails of Shadow covers look like a 10th grade art contest. Cool. Yeah. Opinions. All right. So there we go. That's that. What do we have next? Oh, are we getting into our new segment? New segment alert.
If you want to, we can do that. Here. Segment. I'll run.
Anybody have any questions on any of that? I think I breezed through it, but breezed through it well. You're supposed to get done in 45 minutes. We got it done in 43.
Well, we would have been done like a lot sooner if we didn't go back into the talking about Afra again.
Well, we had to.
You guys went in a little 10-minute sidebar going over the entire Afra series, not that issue. You were going back, reviewing like the whole run. That's it.
People need to know.
Eric, I agree. I feel like all the Vader covers like that have been feeling like halfway done. So, all right, new segment. Let's go. What do we got?
Do you want to describe what the point of this is?
There's no point to this. It pretty much is like, you know how we keep saying don't get FOMO all the time. So now what we're going to do is look at a couple books, maybe some books that have been talked about, maybe some books that aren't being talked about yet, kind of compare them. And then we're going to look at them in like a week. And then we're probably going to look at them in about a month. And then we'll probably look at them at 3 months and see who got FOMO'd and who didn't. Okay, here we go.
Kind of like a hot and cold kind of thing, right? More or less.
Kind of like don't buy crappy books because people pump them up. All right. I'm sorry that I didn't. I know you don't want to say it, but that's what I'm gonna. All right. So the first crappy book that somebody on this show loves. I'm just kidding.
Well, this is a group of 3. We're gonna kind of put these together.
I might have to take responsibility for one of these at least.
Oh, this piece
part responsibility.
Which is the first one, right? The ZBox.
So everybody's talking about what's the first
my fault.
Black K on the cover, which I guess is a thing now. So ZBox. Can anybody explain what ZBox is? Please explain what ZBox is, JJ.
ZBox is a subscription box service from a UK retailer known as Zavi. So they're big in pop culture, and they're like ThinkGeek / GameStop in a way. Although I don't know if they sell video games anymore. I think they still do. But yeah. But any which way, it was a subscription box that went out. And you could order it here in America too. So I mean, they shipped all around.
You could order it for like $2.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, as indicated there on the slide, you're not gonna have any idea what the print run of this is.
Yeah, you're not gonna get print run. You're not gonna find out when it actually hit the box. You're not gonna figure out any of that because it didn't necessarily have to hit the box.
I assume it was. I sell regular comics, so I assume it was published at the same time, and they got it at the same time and put them in the box. Who the heck knows, though?
Yeah, they might have mailed it out.
Except
later.
for that was when Marvel was taking over, and the Europe distribution was behind. But whatever, I don't care. I'm not gonna get that far into it. Okay, go ahead.
No. That's getting too deep into this. But if you want to look in the census, there is only one in the CGC census. And
JJ, why'd you get that graded at an 8.5?
It's not mine. I don't even own this book. I don't even own this book at all. I just happened to. You know how I knew about this book? Being a Black K cover, gallery of exclusive covers that we did, like for.
Oh, that's right. You did all the Vader down.
I had to pull those Vader down covers, and I was like, I knew
we
Vader down covers. And somebody posted on IG, and then I told them, hey, this book's also there, and then So.
See, that alone makes me happy that someone else graded something that came back in 8.5. It's not just it didn't just happen to me. So,
well, the other thing is too. I mean,
makes me happy.
I think these subscription boxes are not well packed, so a lot of times, so things slide around in there, especially if you get it shipped.
Was it polybag?
Yeah. Well, yeah. But I have no idea. I don't know how it came. Like I said, I never.
It wasn't polybag.
One.
I don't think. No, I'm pretty sure it wasn't.
It's really not a very good cover of Black K. I mean, whether or not it's the first or not, I guess is the discussion question.
I actually had to go back.
It's not a good cover at all.
Yeah, it's not a good cover for anybody.
Yeah, I had to go back and check and make sure it wasn't Chewie. Like before I did, I was like, I knew there's a Wookiee on the cover, but it's like, who is it?
Because it looks like Leia behind him, right?
What's that?
That's
him. No, it's him. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we covered this. I think we stopped.
He's got a scar, but.
I think we stopped at this book, Vader Down 1, because there's so many variants at this, and then we're like, geez. Then I think
there's like 70 variants.
Bad Batch came, yeah.
But just for context, we're giving you these are basically. I looked up the prices for December, so before Book of Fett hit, these were the prices in December, and then I'm going to give you the prices over the last week since the last episode for the most part.
You could actually get for $2.99 as of Thursday, but then I think that was gone. So
it looks like 000's wearing goggles.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not a good cover.
$4, but $20.
No,
$20 shipping in December was what it sold back in December, and then this week there was a little bit of a flurry, but they're still for the most part pretty cheap.
Yeah,
I mean shipping's expensive on a lot of these because they're coming from the UK, so there's a lot of $20 shippings on these $4 and $8. So you got to factor that in, but there's still $6.
Your shipping's gonna be a hard pill to swallow ordering anything from Europe right now.
Yeah.
Or UK,
and
for that matter.
This $27 has the regular issue with it.
Yeah, the whole cover, yes, guys, the whole cover is gross. Like I get it, yeah.
But still, for the most part, the price.
Did you really buy 10? Is what I want to know.
Oh no, I think he meant he bought 10 of the Hastings.
Steve Kreider says in his defense, Mike.
My FOMO got me to buy 10. I think 10 of these. Maybe he did. Yeah, I was just saying that people are saying that they like the Hastings, which I also don't like that cover.
Well. This is what I found on the market right now. only lots. So they're 47, $30, but they got other books in there. But that's what I found when
$27 for shipping.
Yeah, that too.
If you dig around enough, you can find them over there.
So that was that one.
So he did get it for $10 because he bought 10.
Speaking of the Hastings,
there it is.
Hey, it works.
How do you run a business, Hastings?
I got this one next.
Opening, grand closing.
Anybody want this one? We got nothing. We don't know what the print run's going to be because this was the Hastings exclusive, I guess.
Yeah, it probably was around.
Yes.
I'm not even gonna say what it was around, but yeah.
A lot?
Yeah.
Yes, it's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the census will tell you that there are only 16 graded copies. 13 9/8, 2 9/6s, and a 9/4. So not a lot graded at the very least. And if you want to know what this was selling for last month, before Book of Boba Fett, you can see $35 for one, December 30th, which is basically right after Book of Fett premiered. But then the other ones a little bit earlier in December were in lots with the other, kind of covers and stuff. So $40, $30. It's kind of hard to gauge price when it's in a lot.
At least he looks like him on here.
True. Mm-hmm. But then this week,
picture of Afra too. Yeah.
Really?
This week, this thing is selling for $135 for a lot, $85 for a single, $83 for a single, and then a best offer on $100 where they took $70. All of these on January 7th. So that's the date that happened. So 2 days ago. 5 sales this past week, not counting today. I put this together yesterday. So if anything happened today, it's not going to be in the deck. So.
Yeah, it was. There was a store. There was a group of stores called Hastings. They tried to open up comic book stores, a shit ton of them, and within a year they went out of business. So,
well, it wasn't comic. It was more than comic books.
Yeah, it was like
an entertainment store. So it was
like FYE.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, Sam Goody.
Yeah, but on the market right now, $100, $80 seems to be what their asking prices are.
Marv, that's why we're going to do it so that you can. We're going to give everybody a little calming. Maybe take a.
Oh, we're going to circle back to these.
Oh yeah, we'll take a look. This is where they're at this week.
And we'll add on when there's other things, but Yep. All right.
And everyone's
that's asking the last one. Then there's this. This is a $2 book. Same 13 though. It's same as the. There might actually be less of these than the
Star Wars 13. This is a variant, but it's not an incentive.
Well, so was the Hastings. Hastings was 13 too, wasn't it?
That was Vader though. Vader 13.
That's Vader. This is Star Wars.
This is Star Wars 13. But the Star Wars 13 has an estimated print run of about 140,000 total.
Yeah.
So who knows how many of this cover equate, from that? But
this was a connecting cover too. So people that normally avoid those would have avoided this one at the time.
I like connecting covers.
I like them too. I'm just saying there's some people that don't bother.
Aside from the cover, this book is it 13 or maybe it's 14? Because I think it covered actually 2 or 3 issues where he fights Chewbacca, right? Or is that it? No, that's Vader. I'm thinking Vader. Never mind.
Yeah, that's in Vader.
No, in Star Wars. In Star Wars.
Was it Star Wars?
It's 14.
14?
Yeah,
14.
But it's not this book.
But I think it's Vader.
It's the next book.
No, but he shows. Which one does he show up first in? Because he starts to fight him in one of the Vader Down books, and then he ends up fighting him in the main book later, right?
Yeah, I think it's Vader. Yeah, now
it's
that
13.
No, these all tie into that story, the Vader Down story. But
yeah, everybody gets a cover. There's a ton of covers for this.
Yeah, Census has 31, 28 9/8, and then a couple others. Last month, this thing sold for $2.
Yep, what did I say? $2 book. I bought it for
$2 on December 30th. But we look at what it's doing this week. Well, now all of a sudden it's a $32 book, $20 book. $200 9/8 best offer accepted, $185.
Wow!
And there were a dozen sales at the time. I only gave you a few, but there were a dozen that I looked at.
That's expensive, but whatever.
So price is up.
I bet you this one's coming back. I bet you all 3 of these books will be back down shortly.
Probably, but that's where it is now.
They'll go back up when everybody rumors that he's going to be an Obi-Wan.
We're just looking at what
the market shows up in the next episode.
What's that?
This was a really good connecting set, though.
Yeah.
Speaking of connecting sets, was this one. So, I mean, if you did get it, Bought them as
And when I looked it up
that's why
yesterday, there was
bought
only
it.
one.
You paid
$29.
Good job, Sam. Yeah, I paid 75% off of whatever the ticket was and bought a couple of these when they had a sale last year.
Yeah, I don't know if any more showed up, but there was only one on the market yesterday for $29.
Huh. All right.
So, that was our first grouping of the first Black K covers.
All right.
Whichever flavor you liked of that.
Whatever flavor you like.
Now let's talk real quick, I guess, about some Black K variants.
2 store exclusives and a regular cover. Or a regular.
Since we want to talk about Black K a little bit more, we got 2 variants for you. Marco, do you want to start with this one?
Okay, the JTCs. Holy shit.
Marco's
So,
favorite.
wait, yeah, well,
Explain it what it is, at least.
And I have, by the way, I have it in bought. I can pull. I only went through one box and literally pulled one on the 70% off sale. It was $5. So whatever 75% off was. Okay. So, anyways, what am I going to say about that book right there?
There's $1.25 you would have paid for it. Then.
$1.25 for that book I just threw there. So this one right here with these JTCs, especially early on, and I called a lot of friends because I was remembering at the time a lot of these were 100% order for whatever the earlier book was. More importantly, I think it comes down to 20 when you had the Yoda one that's on there because somebody asked this question. But early on with the JTCs, it was a double qualifier. So we're not 100% sure because I don't think anybody's got the preview on this, but you could qualify for your 100% order of 17. That means how many you ordered? 17. If you ordered 100 books for 17, you had to order 100 for whatever this is for 20. And then whatever this clinic was. Was this Afro 1? So for Afro 1, I can't remember what the buy was, but I think it was 130%, but you could count in some of these books for your total overall. Huh? It's Afro 1. Is it 100%? Yeah, so to get to your 100% on a lot of these, you're able to buy 50 of the JTC covers and then 50 of the regular covers, and that's how you could get to your sum total. So if it's 100,
it make my head explode with this qualifying math.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't really what we think about qualifying now, though. You know what I mean? Like later on, for a lot of the qualifiers, they do like 130, and it had to be matched up to some random ass comic that wasn't even part of the Star Wars or whatever series you're going for. Plus, you had to do it all in a cover, or you had to do it not including exclusives. This wasn't the case early on. So here we go. Yep, Saggy.
I'll say this thing about this cover.
What?
I'm 99% sure he just took a Chewie image.
Oh yeah.
Chewbacca,
Oh no, he did. Yeah, because the Chewie came out right before this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's totally Chewbacca. There's hardly any difference between it. Even the teeth gap looks like Chewbacca.
I'll send you a Vader one, Shannon. We got tons of them.
But what does the census have? It's got 21. It's got 15 9/8 and 6 9/6 on this thing.
I remember a couple of years ago, probably in like 2018, these kind of got popular because that one guy showed the whole wall where he had all of them.
Oh God!
And they were all graded, and then people started trying to get that together. So,
yeah. Good luck, because I keep making them.
Yeah. How many were there?
So last month,
the 49 or
$50 in December. There was one even as low as $15 early in December at auction. So that's where it was at. But now, after Black K decided to show his face on Book of Fett 2, 90, 65, $80 best offer took $75.
Maybe that's what we should do too.
13 sales.
Venom, what's going on? Maybe from now on if it's a variant, we'll put the book number and everything higher up on it somehow. Okay. $75. Oh, I should go grab that book back that I just threw.
Oh yeah. What? The one sold for 90 yesterday. All of these from yesterday, January 8th.
Okay.
But 13 sales in total since basically Wednesday for this thing. So the price is up right now.
Yeah, for sure.
And if you want to look at what's on the market right now, there are 22 right now on the market. $80, $115, $100, $125 are what people are asking.
Wow.
So,
Spicy. Yep.
That's what you're looking at. You want to go buy this.
Now's the time to be selling if you got them.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. I'm not gonna tell anybody to spend their money, but sell them if you got them.
Yeah, everybody.
We don't have to. We don't have to. The chat's already telling them, guys. We're not gonna look. We're gonna review this week. We're gonna review this. Well, I don't know though. Dwayne Scott's saying that you might want to sell, but he was throwing fiery poop, so we'll see. All right, I had to get it in.
Going back to the fiery poop, but then we got this one, the sketch cover for Star Wars 20.
Which, if everything works out, You might want to tune in next week to see how the market decided. Just say.
Yes. We might have something for you.
Wink, wink. Just saying.
And this book had 96,000 printed for the regular. So since this incentive was a 1 in 100, there's only about 960 if you do that quick math.
And somebody was asking about where he got the scar above the eye.
You find out here.
You find out here. Yep.
But if you want to see what's in the census for this thing,
it's from Obi-Wan. Yeah, Obi-Wan gives it to him.
Yeah, so we might even get that on the show. Who knows? Maybe he shows up again in the Obi-Wan show. We get to see the scar. It's only 7 in the census. 5 9/8 and 2 9/4.
And I'll tell you this about this book. I know for a fact that they with that 96 projected print run, when Marvel was trying to clear out some of their back stock, a bunch of these sold, which means that a lot of people didn't order 100 copies of 20. So because people were buying these for like $10 a book. I mean, if you guys watch the show long enough, you know the last 2 copies that I bought were like I think $23 and $30 for this. So
yeah, well, you didn't even have to go back that far.
It is a Mike Maya cover. Yep, it's part of the Obi-Wan journals.
Christmas Eve and December 19th, best offers accepted on $60 and $50, where they took $25 and $42.05. So somebody got one on Christmas Eve for $25.
Yeah.
But this week, you're now looking at 7 sales, $130 at auction, $99 buy it now, $80 buy it now, all from January 6th and 7th.
We might have snuck a $40 buy in there someplace, though. I'm not saying we did, but we might have. So, just saying.
So, price is up if you go off of last month to this week. And if you want to look at the market, well, there's one at auction that was at $55 when I pulled this little picture. Yeah, so it's probably 4 days left now because I did this yesterday, and $130 buy it now.
Another one for 130 sold. I checked it today too. I'm debating selling another one of these copies.
Yeah, but you may not have to pay these prices.
No, you may not. There's a bunch of them we know for a fact sold for $100 though. I think that one has a little bit more weight to it because it does cover the Obi-Wan journals and how he's got the scar, and with the Obi-Wan show coming back, it'll go down though. It will go down and then it'll rebound by later. How do you know the offers made there, Pete? Do you feel like telling them?
There's a long-winded way that you can do it using eBay if you knew code. I don't really know computer code, but somebody told me once. But outside of that, there's a couple of websites. You can probably Google them. They'll tell you. You just got to do
the websites go in and out because sometimes eBay catches on, but there's almost always another one that pops up. So
Kamir, no, thank you.
Yeah, but there's a couple of sites that sometimes work where you can pull those prices.
Yeah,
all those ones, all the Star Wars ones. This is a good point from Phone's House Comics. I think that's what he's trying to make. All the Obi-Wan journal ones are Mayu covers, which is kind of dope too. So, and they all have 1 in 100s.
All right, next group.
Okay.
Well, let's keep moving because we got two more groups to go through. We got the Galactic Icons group.
We might have to make this shorter, but we'll try. We'll update it next time.
Yeah,
okay, go ahead.
Well, we're introducing it, so that's why we're taking our time, not rushing, because just want to make sure everybody's on board and knows what's going on. But first icon, Boba Fett.
This is just interesting talk because we were like, wow, the icons, which originally, I don't know if you guys remember, but we had talked about these before and like how cool it is to collect them, and they still held some value. And the Boba Fett, like even years ago, this and what's his name, the Weekend and stuff were like harder ones to get because people like these, like because anything Boba Fett, like even 3 years ago, sold. So this was probably one of the higher ones at the time, 3 or so years ago.
Yeah, but since it's a variant, like a non-incentive variant, it's kind of hard to tell what the print run is, though, on these. So, not going to guess.
This was Dr. Afro 24, right?
Yes, this is. I'm sorry, Dr. Afro 24. If I forget to announce what the actual book is, let me know. But Census has a healthy 88 copies, 68 9/8, 15 9/6, and a few others.
Yeah, so I would assume this is the one that's been bought the most and slabbed
probably
because it's the most popular. Okay.
But that said, if you look at what sold last month,
yes,
a 9.8 sold for $19.99.
Jesus.
That's less than the cost of grading the damn thing.
Oh my God. I remember when you couldn't find this book for under like $50, dude.
And then $25.
What were they asking for shipping? I'm just curious.
$14.95.
$14.95.
Oh, wow.
So,
wow.
Standard, pretty solid price there. 5 sold last month total.
Like I could have got if it was an auction and slipped through the cracks, but to buy it now for $19,
that might be a mistake.
Cover your grade fee.
That might
Maybe it might have been a mistake that was ended early or something. Who knows? They never completed the sale.
Talk about taking an L. No, I think they're still pretty cheap, Dwayne. Yeah.
But this week,
that's definitely an L. That's no doubt.
Yeah, they were never crazy expensive, but yeah.
Well, I mean, these for raws were getting up to $40 or $50 at one point.
They were, but last month they were only 25 raw. Now they're back to 50 and 40.
Excuse me. That's kind of where they were. Shoot, I even bought one of these for $15, and I'm cheap. And that was years ago. So,
yeah, the $50 sale was today because Marco had me add this one today. So,
cool.
That is a more recent sale, the $49.95.
These might be popular. There's a lot of them, but they might be popular.
So, price is going back up again.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to look at what's out there on the market now, what's left? Well, now you're talking about $50, $90, or $430 for a 9.8 is what they're asking.
Probably the same one some guy bought for $19.
Yeah, for $19. That guy's trying to take the W, dude.
$20, turn around for $430.
Hey, Scott, how big of an L is that if this dude sold the same book for $500 that he just bought a week ago for $19.99?
Yeah,
that's free shipping this time.
Yeah, of course it does.
Oh, yeah. He'll kick in shipping at that point.
All right, what else?
All right, next up, we're going with the Kira Galactic Icon cover, which is
kind of what got Galactic Icons back on people's...
Star Wars 47.
Yep. Star Wars 47. This is kind of what got it back on people's radar, was this book.
Yep. Still
going to told you to wait. We said, don't get FOMO.
Census doesn't have many because people weren't grading this one that much, but 18, 15 9/8.
Still a lot for
a pair of 9.6s, and then a 7.5.
You think that,
Jedi. Why were you grading this book, bro?
I don't know why I keep making the same mistakes. I just don't have an eye for it.
You know who was super smart? The one guy that got that graded with a signature series 9.8, and I bet you it's Amelia Clark signature.
Yeah,
no doubt. Probably. But last month there were 8 sales, a couple of best offers around $90, and a sale for $100. Those best offers accepted about 75, 77. But this week, however, since she hasn't shown up on the show, I guess people are already cutting bait. It's down to taking best offers on 80 and 65, where they took $50 on their best offer. So
yeah, but there's a new rumor that she's got her own show, so it's going to go back up now.
Well, who knows? Yeah, next week we might see it pop back up, but for right now, this one's actually going down a little bit.
Cool.
And if you want to look what's on the market, $80, $55, and a 9.6 for a healthy $600.
Steve Horn, get that 9.6 out of there for you should be ashamed of yourself, sir. Putting $600 on a 9.6. No shot. Hey, good job, James. The sale. Congratulations, James, on that $99 sale, the $100 sale.
I'll say this much about
it's a great sale.
The Rod Reese covers.
Congratulations.
Yep.
Yeah, the race. Yeah,
the Rod Reese covers.
Yep.
He did a fantastic. I know he hated doing these. At some point. I think he said he hated doing them, but he did a fantastic job with the likenesses of even the actors and actresses and everybody in it.
He did.
I don't think that's Steve. I'm just joking around. I don't mean to besmudge Steve Horn. That's probably not him.
Yeah, that was just
joking. I'm joking.
But yeah, no, Rod did do a great job with these, even if they weren't real characters like Cad Bane.
Which another one, I'm surprised. This better be hot because he hasn't shown up yet, but it's rumored that he's hot. So if Kira was selling for more than this, it's going to be.
We don't know. Again, print run. I had to show it that we don't know just to get it out of the way. Quick census look.
I'll send you one, Horn.
14 9/8 and a 9.6. Last month, $45 and $20. Both took best offers of $35 and $18.
That's the stuff that doesn't make any sense to me. Cad Bane is like rumored to be in the show. Put the dent in the helmet. Flashback. Everybody's doing that. Kira, who we're pretty sure wasn't going to show up ever, and just only got it
was $90, $100.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Whatever.
None sold this week.
Well, don't worry. When she doesn't show up next week,
they're holding on to them now.
I think a little bit of it touches. Yeah. I think a little bit of it touches on what we just mentioned a little bit ago, which was like Kira was an actual actress in Amelia Clark, and that's like her likeness And I think some people buy it just for that aspect of it too.
True.
As opposed to Cad Bane, who's an animated character.
But I'll tell you this.
Maybe a little more widespread.
I might actually have 3 runs of these. You know what, Ruben? If I have a 4th one starting and these are in it, then I'll send them to you. The only thing I'm going to say about this one is like there was that rumor that Dave came out last week that Filoni 100% is having Cad Bane show up. That's what the rumor was. I'm not saying that's happening, but everybody's like he's doing 6 and he's 100% showing up. So like I figured this would start skyrocketing.
Well, look at it this way: those best offers are taking $18 and like $30, but the only ones out there right now are asking $55 and $65.
Yeah.
So you got that bit of differential, like what people are actually willing to pay and what people are asking. They haven't kind of met yet in the middle.
If he shows up in the 6th episode, he might show up as a cameo in the 5th, towards the end.
All right,
Jesus Christ! All right,
we got one last grouping,
show
one last
tomorrow.
pair, and this goes back into what Marco was alluding to, I guess, with the Star Wars 20 for this week.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about either.
We don't leak things on this.
I just like looking at these books too because I like this character. And we're looking at Jedi versus Sith 1. We got the regular and the Dynamic Forces variant.
Yeah, that's a good book.
Which will haunt my dreams forever as somebody trying to put together a Dark Horse variant set.
Oh, the Dynamic Forces one?
Yeah.
Well, let's see what the prices are.
All right.
That's why we're looking at it 100%. Not like they're going to name drop it in a book or anything. We're looking at this because it haunts JJ's dreams.
28,680 is the estimated print on the regular. So 28,000 is not crazy high. It's not terribly low. But there are a good number in the census, 248, 97 9/8, 79 6s, and a bunch of others here. I mean, 248 is a lot. So it goes all the way down to a 6.5. It's 1 6.5. What was this selling for? Last month? Basically the month of December. This was selling for $85 to $165 thereabouts. 23 sales over the month, including a 9.4 that was only $117.57. Whereas this week, it's not too much different, really. $51 there was an auction, and then $112.85 on a 9.4.
They didn't do Bane any justice how they drew him in this series.
No. And I didn't give an arrow of a market movement because even though these are the numbers I'm showing you, when I looked at generally, the prices are generally the same. So I'm not giving you an up or down. It's basically the same. Market's basically flat.
I'll go over it more next week, but if you want to go over how he was drawn, you should see his first appearance drawing.
Oh, yeah, it's bad.
Well, I could have snuck it in. There are 51 copies right now out there. Thereabouts, including lots. There's a lot of lots that have partial and full runs of the Jedi versus Sith set, but they are asking anywhere from like 125, 150 raw, $575 9.8.
It didn't spike T Jones.
$500 for like sets, partial sets asking a couple hundred. Like there's a lot of different options out there as far as pricing goes, but they're all pretty expensive. It's not cheap, is all I'm saying.
All right.
Dynamic Forces. Shiny gold foil. Even though it might not show on the image here, but that would be shiny foil for the logo. This, I think, was limited to 1,000. I believe.
Somewhere around there.
At least that's what was announced. The limitation. There are 31 in the census with only 2 9/8s and 11 9/6s.
We know one of the guys that got the 9.8, those boys or whatever. Yeah.
Last month, there were no sales. This week, there was one for $600 for a raw copy.
Not bad.
Which may be a bargain compared to if you want to go shopping for what's left. There's 7 out there, but it's basically $1,000 for a raw. And then look at that. A 9.2 is asking $1,300. A 9.6 is asking $2,500. So that's what you're talking. Like the cheapest ones are like $1,000, basically, right now. So that's what the market is on Bane's first right now.
I'll never get that one. My set will be forever incomplete.
I have the regular, but yeah, I'm never getting the Dynamic Forces.
Never say never. Anything's possible.
All right. Is that it?
That is it for today. But where are these going to go? I'm going to let the market decide.
Tune in next week and tell us any suggestions you have on this. Maybe like that we clarify what books were like. Maybe we'll put in big print what the book is if it's a variant. And I don't know why we're doing store exclusives because I think store exclusives are what they are. So,
well, that's the only variant for that book.
Yeah, people like them. All right.
Got to.
Don, before Sam falls asleep, let's get through your toy section and then we can use Sam's.
He's like, when are we going to talk about Fett?
Yeah, he's like, I don't give a crap about this stuff. All right, go ahead.
We got a couple of Mission Fleet sets coming out, Ahsoka and a Luke, which is pretty good for the kids. You know, the Ahsoka, she has a little cannon and it looks pretty cool.
At least it's better than the last one they did with her. Anyone.
The Luke is with Grogu, of course.
Yeah.
I'm going back with Grogu. So it's the Mandalorian / set there. And they'll be warm to be on the shelves when you go there because
there'll be peg warmers. Yeah.
All right, Mr. Potato Head Mandalorian. How cool is
There's
that?
a lot of love for this thing, huh?
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool.
Can he take the helmet off?
Yeah, it looks like he's in a night a long mask. You just take it off and it looks funny, but I like the Grogu right there.
People are loving it. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, potato heads are always fun.
So now the Frog Lady is finally the overseas sticker is coming. The Walgreens exclusive hasn't shown up yet, but the special edition sticker is floating around there now. So it should be not long to the exclusive comes out for Walgreens. We'll
Why
see.
are those ones in the middle short?
Which one?
Like Boba. I get why maybe the Frog Lady's shorter than the others. But why Boba Fett?
I don't know. We just pulled this out of a thing so we could show that the Walgreens was there so we could talk here.
Well, that's not Boba. That's
that's
Cobb Vanth. Yeah, it's Cobb Vanth. He just showed those. Yeah.
But he grows when he takes the helmet off.
Who knows?
His hair kind of
His hair
puffy hair.
It's coughed up. Yeah.
Well, he is taller than Tamora Morrison.
He's got the best hair in Star Wars. There you go. Now this is pretty cool. They had the pre-order for Amazon, which is another repack, which it's cool, but also a very big disappointment because make something new. Repacks. It gets annoying after a while. But this actually sold out. And the funny thing is, the original one is still on Amazon site.
Jeez, Pete.
You know, what would have made this really cool? The first appearance of Boba Fett in the prototype when they gave him the towel. It had the Star Wars towel with the Jawas and because they didn't have a cape. That would have been cool if they put that touch on it.
Towel.
But Hasbro missed the mark again.
All right.
And last but not least, for that special love in your life.
Oops.
Oh, we want to go back.
The special love in your life that loves Star Wars.
Okay, Marco's down.
We lost Marco completely.
We lost everything.
He was sharing the thing, so
I know.
He's got it. Well, if you saw it real fast, they look like big pink jelly pops.
For the love of your life, Valentine's Day, sweetheart or wife or girlfriend, whatever you want, you give them the love of Funko Pops. And
for the special Jedi Johnson in your life.
Everyone needs a Jedi Johnson in their life. But they did Grogu again. You know, talking about missing the mark, how did they not do Omega for Valentine's?
You know, actually, they have an Ahsoka that's coming out. It was in the back of the box, and we don't know if it's going to be a Funko Shop exclusive or a regular exclusive. So that's
my wife would love an Omega, but
look, actually, the Mandalorian. I'll probably pick up the Mandalorian for my Mando's collection. So
I gotcha.
It's not bad. You know?
I mean, that is a great question. Who is the most romantic icon from the Star Wars universe?
Exactly.
Some would say Jabba.
Lore.
All right. Interesting. That's one way to get it done. Good job, Pete. All right. Are we going into... I got to load it in now. Do you have the review, Pete, or no?
No, I don't.
All right. Oh, no, it's already here because this is a new format, so perfect. All right. Well, thanks to JJ. He actually gave us all the slides for this. We're going to talk about Book of Fett. A lot of good stuff. I think we've covered most, or somebody has, but hopefully you guys waited for hours. Maybe we'll get a little more details. They brought in the assassin. Turned out the assassin was from the assassin of Moon, who gives a crap, right? Just some regular assassin. Turned out the assassins were kind of cool.
Night Winds.
The Night
Night
Wings.
Wings, thank you very much for that. The Night Winds. Brought it into Fett. Didn't
My
kill
wife
the
gets
wand.
annoyed by my Night Winds because you can't keep.
Are you? Why are you doing a Dutch oven or something, Pete? Come on, man. Sharing
Either
is
way,
caring.
so we get that.
Hey, in the
I know there's
winter weather, you got to keep warm how you can.
I think we can
Sorry,
readjust
Marco.
points, or at least it verifies the points that we had last week in fantasy, that there's only one left. Unfortunately, we didn't get points for this. Sorry, Eric. We should have, but you didn't cut him. They threatened to cut him instead. What do you guys think of this? What's that?
They only caught one. The others.
Yeah, they could have gotten away and not been dead.
Okay. Anyways, what do you guys think about this scene where they throw him into the pit? I know everybody was like, do you think people were disappointed that there was a mouse in there instead of a Rancor?
I think
know-
so. 'Cause
Huh?
It was fun, but it was kind of telegraphed.
Yeah.
I guess, but we saw it in the preview and everybody's like, oh, they're going to be in there. The Rancor's coming. The Rancor's coming. And it turned out that it was just a little mouse. There was no actual Rancor in there. The guy ratted out the mayor, and that's debatable if he actually did or didn't rat out the mayor. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Well, you know,
And it's
Hasbro Pulse was doing everyone a favor. They told everyone, if you were listening, there will be no Rancor.
That's true. They did say that.
Pay attention.
So then JJ decided to add this because I guess you heard Jedi's thing. When we're right, we're going to call it. When we're wrong, it's never going to happen. So we weren't wrong on this. We were talking about the giant freaking robots, and JJ warned you like, yo, this isn't a good site. People were like, no, what said there could be true. It could be true. He knows. Look, he's got the titles. Well, title 1 was the Champions, which I think was actually was a song from
Stranger in a Strange Land.
We're on this
Nas
slide.
X. Yeah, the Nas X one. Number 2 was called The Assassins, which was episode 2 called The Assassins.
No, it's the Tribes of Tatooine.
Tribes
Or
of Tatooine. So not sure how proven and trustworthy this guy is. Make sure you put an L in his chat because whatever. Well, they're always wrong. Anyways, they bring the
Maybe he just had the Blue Harvest titles.
Oh no, he
Yeah,
didn't have any
exactly.
titles. That guy always gets everything wrong. You already said it. Like he is, I think he's 100% wrong. He might be 120%. If you could turn it up to 11, he'd be at 11 of.
There's no way you could be 100% wrong because eventually, if you stick to something long enough, like Kira's getting her own show, maybe it'll happen, and you'll eventually.
No, because then he'll go like
You'll
Kira Show
eventually
was
be right.
What he'll say is Kira Show got canceled because the actor didn't like her contract, and then there'll be a Kira Show. He's like, I'll say it. See, well, no. So he's always wrong. Okay. They bring that to the mayor. It was the mayor. That's who we thought it was. Rodriguez in the voice of the Hammerhead. And
I watched it
Rodriguez
again. It was a little easier to hear him the second time around.
Yes.
The first time, I'm telling you, I couldn't make out the voice with the grunting.
You know, I listened to it 3 different ways. So I listened to it on my iPad early in the morning. Then I listened on the iPad again with the just the voice, the English voice for people who the description, the English description, and then I watch it on the old 50-inch. And on the 50-inch, for some reason, it seemed clearer. So I think maybe the settings on the TV make a difference too, on how the voice comes out. I thought they did a good job with this guy. He was really good. I love the Domo character, dude. It's just so great. They ended up shooting it. I thought this was a surprise too. Now, do you guys think that the mayor actually did hire these assassins, or do you think this was?
I think he was telling the truth.
I think
Go
the
ahead,
Domo
Sam.
might have done it without the mayor's knowledge. Maybe.
It's leading
If he
to a
didn't
bigger
get his.
reveal.
Yeah, it is. But I think too, like I've always talked this, and one of the reasons with Sam is like, in a lot of the times they do take a lot of that, the Coruscant and the Japanese stuff. There's a lot of times when you see these tribal breakups, which you're seeing here through that all of a sudden, like the one guy that's like the competition isn't, but the underling all of a sudden, like, he's this. There's a guy that like how
He's the
Boba Fett
snake.
is. Yeah, he's like sneaking, and he's like, yo. Yeah, no, I'm on your side 100%, but let me give you some advice. And he's not on your side. He's on the other Domo side, right? Like,
Sure.
he's on that guy's side. But this is a usual trope in a lot of these Japanese films around that thing where, yeah, he did actually hire him, but he hired him for his boss, who happens to be and we'll see him a little bit later, somebody else. So I just thought that that's the case, that the mayor's actually ran by somebody else.
I want to point out something real quick.
Very good. Please do.
In this Star Wars show, when people get shot in the head, they actually die, unlike animated Star Wars shows where they somehow live. Like Bad Batch.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yes.
Well, you gotta wear helmets.
Yeah, I think the Domo guy's a great character. I'm trying to keep chat too. Yeah, it was awesome. Okay. Then he goes, so the mayor tells him to go over and talk to Beale's character, the person that runs a prostitution joint. Is that what she runs, right? Is this what we're thinking? It's like a sex
More
house,
like a strip club, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, a strip
Hey,
club.
it's billiards. It's old Western billiards.
Yeah. You
Well,
can't
we get to see Max Rebo again, which is good. Still
It's a
playing with
cat
his
in
feet.
French maid cafe.
I think
Yeah,
I'm picking up Max
Gamble.
Rebo this week.
Gamble, pet a kitty, have
Yeah,
a French
sure.
maid walk by. Yeah, it's all kinds
Exactly.
of fun stuff going on there.
Disney likes to have that kid safe friendly demeanor.
Yeah, that's right. Fluff and Stuff Cafe.
Exactly.
Right.
I don't know. They got the male Twi'leks walking around with no shirts on.
There
so
you
I don't
go.
know.
See, like,
Hiding
once
their
again, there's nothing
offense.
there. This is actually his legs. I know what you're going to
Those are
say.
arms.
I'm just
They're
saying
not
they're
his
arms.
arms. I will show you. Do I
Those
need to
are
break down?
arms.
Do I need to break
I
down
know
how
what
the
you're
costume
saying.
design is?
But those are arms, dude.
Yes,
Those
we
are
get
arms.
again, we're not
Yeah.
disputing what you were saying, that the design of Max Rebo, those are supposed to be his legs. All we are saying is the way they built this, that's just a
They
dude's
did a cruddy
arms.
job. I will agree, but they're still
Yes.
like I am telling you. Still, no matter that they did a cruddy job of building it, his species, that's the species legs. But
This-
No, but to your design, that legs attach down near the hips and the knees.
I agree they've done a terrible
didn't
job
do
with the
it here.
design. That doesn't mean I'm just telling you that
This was the first time I
Does
noticed.
anyone
though,
else think that it's really a? Oh, sorry, Sam. Go ahead.
No, go
I said
ahead.
this was the first time I noticed that the droid is a drummer.
Yeah.
No, he's
Yeah.
a drummer.
Yeah,
Nice.
no,
so
Yeah.
that kind of what I was, and I can't take credit for this because I think I read it somewhere. But isn't that like a really a waste of astromech computing power? I mean, aren't these astromechs like
Agreed.
these high powered CPU like can calculate like all this information, and they're serving drinks and playing the drums?
Yeah, I was gonna say, Jedi. The other ones are serving drinks. This guy's at least playing the drums.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean maybe, but like you need a DJ at a strip club, so you need a drummer. I mean, I don't know.
Jedi, he was built as a spaceflight droid, but his dream was always to headline at a Fluff and Stuff Cafe on Tatooine.
This sounds like a
Parents are
Visions.
so
This sounds like an
disappointed.
episode of Visions.
Oh boy.
He was
Yeah,
in
the
Star
second
Wars.
episode, right?
But I do
I
love how
agree.
the hat symbol is an actual hat. Anybody else notice that? The symbol on
What?
his head.
Yes, is a hi hat. Once again, I agree with the premise of the Max, but you can see that there is nothing underneath that pad, so he doesn't go down into it. And
Yes. No, he's not standing in it. Again, I get that. I'm just
so
saying.
there's no second half. I understand they messed it up. This was really cool. Not just, dude, this was so cool. As you know, if you watch this show, I like Hutts. I always love Hutts. I'm always cheering for Hutts, and I get disappointed when a bunch of Hutts die, but then I'm excited because Hutts die. But they gave us Hutts, and they gave us twins Hutts.
Did the drums
And-
pump you up as they were coming?
Dude, the whole thing. They actually made him look real. Like, remember when remember when Lucas redid that part in New Hope where he did the Jabba? It was so bad to see Jabba like that. It was so bad. And then they're like, the Hutts are coming, and they showed us these two Hutts. You couldn't have done it better. It's dipping in the middle. They're wrapped around each other. There's a guy struggling. It's swaying back and forth. The one guy's lower than the other guy. They're talking. Oh my!
And you
they
can
did
see
with
the
this Hutt.
fuzzy legs and big rifle trailing behind. When I rewatched it, you
Yeah,
can see
right there. You
back-
can see it. Right. That's really cool.
So I don't know
And then you see the
anything
one
about
Hutt
these
use
characters.
what's that?
I was going to say, I don't know anything about the history of these characters. I know there is a history. I thought they were like conjoined twins or something at first. I thought they were attached.
Oh no,
I
they're just
thought
really,
would
really
be
close.
I thought that would have been really cool if they were, but yeah, it is what it is.
No, so these are supposed to. So like this may be out of the. They're supposed to be. Okay, Hutts are. How do I explain this again? Hutts are. They're not. They choose their own sex.
Jurassic
James,
Park
that was a
frogs.
nice touch too.
Yeah, as JJ says, Jurassic Park for frogs. Is that what you said, JJ?
Yeah, in the movie, it was frogs could change their sex in Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Yes.
So like you could start off as like, but you also, this is the other part that's interesting. You could also, even if you're a male, produce a child, because this is, Stinky and Boba Fett didn't.
These two might be.
Huh?
I'm just saying these two are a little kind of close.
Well, yeah. So because you got to think, yes, these very well might be, because they, that's not how they that's not how they, how can I not get in trouble by saying this?
Don't worry about it. Move it on. Just talk about how it was fun that he used a rodent to wipe his sweat down.
But I thought it was cool that they gave us a guy and a girl. They related it because there's a subsect that was related to Jabba's family, and Jabba's family was the biggest. There's a subset that also had Zero in it, and a couple in Grahil. They're probably related to Gradilla the Hutt.
The Sackville Baggins.
Because if you guys remember the Hutts, but Gradilla at one point was the one who built up Mos Espa, and then Jabba took it over, like by shunning her. So either way,
these are we have not seen, right?
These are twins we haven't seen, but I'm willing to bet that's going to relate to her family line, which would be really cool. It's a very deep cut in Star Wars. Once again, this show just gives us everything. They give us deep cuts. They give us all this great lore. Anyways, then we get him wrapping. Oh, well, we didn't do it. You didn't put that was your favorite part, was him wiping himself down with the rat, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was getting the rolls too. He was getting in there.
Time to capture my screenshots here. So.
He was, but then did he throw him back out, or did he throw it back into the little pot?
Put it back in the bin.
Used paper towel.
Yeah, I thought he dropped it like a used paper towel. I didn't think he put it
back in the bin.
Well, we'll see. Maybe they'll eat something later. And then we get this, which the back panel coming from the back, showing the armor, like the panning in, everything we complained. And I know what you're going to say. This wasn't a Rodriguez one, and I'm glad it wasn't, because just how they introduced Kay was like, yo, I mean, oh, look, they even got the spikes on his hand. Now that's a little bit interesting because, as you know, the twins that originally had gotten him, and there's a little bit of fabrication on the storyline here. There's two references they made that's kind of cool. They talked about the pits. Now, the guys who originally, the twins that originally had him in the pits, and they was a gladiator. They actually, they had, because of Silo, who also shows up in Vader 1, the guy who manipulates bodies and everything, they had told these guys, you can do that by adding metal into, it was either going to be him or a different character. It turned out to be him. Technically, he's got like brass knuckles in his knuckles. So those are supposed to be the protruding ones they have there. They're like built into his skin at this point. Cool. I thought it was cool. Yeah. The two references where they reference the pit, and then people are asking about the sleepy Trandoshan. That actually, the Trandoshan isn't who he got on a Trandoshan ship to go out there, but I think they're referencing the fight that Black K had with Bosk. That's how I take it.
Yeah, I was going to say the Bosk fight that was in the
the Bosk fight, which was in Bounty Hunters 1. It wasn't part of the pits. I think it was a double part reference, which is just having the comic lore in there. It's just, I thought it was cool. Did everybody else find that cool? I don't know if everybody loved this character as much as I love him. So
you know what I liked? That they made him look a little older by adding the gray Wookiee fur and stuff. Because it is 30 years since we've seen him, theoretically.
Yeah.
And it was a little wild. It was a little bit like little poofy. Like he's just not as groomed. He's like having the crazy eyebrows grown out.
Yeah, which I think is why it covered up the scars a little bit too.
Mm-hmm.
So does that mean that Chewbacca like colors his hair because he's never gotten any gray? We've seen him for a lot longer than 30 years.
True.
Yeah, just
could be younger than 500 years old.
I'm just making a joke about it.
Just for Wookiees, he combs it in.
Just for Wookiees.
Showers.
I like how the female Wookiees or the female Hutts using the fan that's the size of an ant compared to her. That's pretty funny. I will say this about Black K. So he was originally on the planet. He got banned, and one of the reasons he might have was because he tied up a Wookiee as a sacrifice to get the Trandoshans. He killed like 4 of the slaving groups that originally were trying to get him, and then left to become a fighter to learn how to fight better. He put himself through this training for the pits and to become a slave. And then broke out, and that's kind of like his backstory. He's the anti-Chewbacca. Like
he broke up because he failed to do the bounty for Jabba the Hutt.
That's when he left Tatooine. So then when we first see him when we see him in the journals, he actually fails to kill. they didn't know who Obi-Wan is. It's just some old man in the desert. He fails to kill Obi-Wan in the desert, but he does work before that with Boba Fett to go to hunt down Luke Skywalker, because there's a storyline where Boba Fett, or where Vader's looking for the guy who blew up the Death Star, and Boba Fett and Black K go to find Luke. Now, Boba Fett's the one that actually finds him, because he finds him in the hut where Luke Skywalker retrieves the journal, Obi-Wan's journal, and then that leads into Obi-Wan's journal in the Star Wars series. Did anybody really need to know that? I don't know, but that's just how that works. So there you go. Quick overview.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's helpful.
I like this where he arced his eye up. This is this is almost out of the scene where the two where Vader had them both together to go look for Luke Skywalker. Now, Vader at the time didn't know it was Luke Skywalker, and neither did Fett. Fett's actually the one that releases the name to Vader in the comic books. But they did work together for a while. And then, as Dom said, in the journals, when he didn't get Obi-Wan, he ended up leaving Tatooine, and we haven't seen him on Tatooine since. So that's kind of cool. And that time period is right around the Obi-Wan journals. It's within a year of the TV show. It's within relative time period, just so you guys know. Boba Fett then takes his mask off again. For all those people complaining, out of the 12 minutes that they actually didn't have flashbacks in here, Boba Fett had, for 9 minutes and 50 seconds, had his helmet on. Just so you guys know, because I know there's a lot complaining that he never had his helmet on.
And also, in lore and establishments such as Garza Fwip's place, you're supposed to take your helmet off because there's not supposed to be any hostility in a place like that. So that's one reason why he takes it off when he goes in there.
You know what the coolest part about this was? Black K showed up and Boba was just staring at him. And you could probably see him with the mask, like saying, "Holy shit."
Yeah, but he had to take the mask off. Otherwise, you can't see that.
I do think that he was giving him a little bit of a shoot, but at the same time, Boba, because he knows the history with them, Boba Fett, like, these were considered when Vader went and got these two guys to go after. Now, this would be post Cad Bane, obviously, because Cad Bane would be technically supposed to be dead at this point in lore, but it turned into legends anyways. But they were the two top bounty hunters. That's why Vader actually got Black K and Boba Fett to go find who would become Luke Skywalker. They didn't know it was Luke Skywalker at the time, once again, but that's why he sent him there. He got the two top bounty hunters to go after it. So he knew this was his major competition of that era, of the like post New Hope before Empire era. This was his top competition, and probably up until, I don't know. I mean, he knew that Jabba didn't want him anymore by that point, right? Because he'd already burned out with the Obi thing. So, there you go. That's like his best guy.
That's how Fennec was.
Boba Fett has never been he used to hunt them, or at least he wore the things. But I mean, even in the comic books, in the bounty hunter comic books, I mean, Boba Fett went toe to toe with Chewbacca. I don't think he's necessarily shaking in his boots just because of the big Wookiee in front of him. Well,
you got to remember, Black K failed with Boba Fett ahead of this already, right? He already failed with Jabba, and then when it comes to the Vader thing, Boba Fett was the one that found Luke Skywalker. So he's beaten Black K over and over again, pretty much, in who's the better bounty hunter. There's already two examples of it. Okay, moving on. So then we get JJ's favorite part, the back of tank that's on the side, because that gives us...
Creed. It's Assassin's Creed. Playing the machine.
Yep, going back into the animatrix.
We see the fighting technique. Like I said, I think this is kind of like time is moving faster. Then we get the solo story train here, which was also super. Dude, did anybody? This was cool. I thought this was
I didn't like it.
The Pinkertons?
Weird.
Yeah, the Pinkertons were kind of cool.
This is literally out of Solo. It was like the train that had the spice on it.
It's literally out of a Star Wars movie that's 3 years old and not at all original.
It's like 6 years old. And they had to go after the Pikes. I don't know. I thought it was cool. So he decides to come up with a plan with the tribe. Yeah, they did a little bit. What did you call this the other day, JJ? Dances with the Wolves or whatever?
Dances with the Wolves.
Oh, God, yeah.
That really comes up later.
Analogy, by the way.
Oh, it does. They go to Tashi Station where the bike gang, and I hope. Wait a minute, who had the bike gang, or did somebody get talked off of having the bike gang?
That was me.
No,
no wonder JJ doesn't like the flashbacks because he lost a lot of points here. There better be 4 dead. Boba comes in as our man and our girl from the original. This was really cool. I thought it was good.
Dead.
They're dead. Listen to the audio version.
Some of them.
No, the audio version says unconscious. You can't use that as an excuse again.
I didn't listen to it. I can't remember what I said.
Well, I'm just saying, a couple of them didn't look like there was death shots, but and it's also because I'm just projecting out the revenge
Oh,
of
I'm just
the
saying
biker
it
gang
over.
later.
Either which
So you
way,
can
he
have
beats up all the
something
biker gang. And this is
He
Tashi
beats up the
Station.
entire biker game in Tashi Station. We get to see all Tashi Station. Once again, that's a throwback to New Hope. So, like, I mean, they're giving us Solo. They're giving us New Hope. They're giving us comic books. They get on the speeders.
I thought this was
They try to-
hilarious.
When they start beating up the speeders and taking
No.
them apart.
Take them
These are
apart.
mine.
Now, the best is when he said, no, they're mine. The one guy, the one Tusk in the back, has the piece and just flings it.
He throws it out. Throws
They already
it
took it off.
Yeah, whatever. Get that out of here. Yep. Another
Dom, I
training
thought your
montage.
favorite was the little TikTok thing you sent us where they put the
Oh, yeah.
music.
The TikTok.
Riding.
Dun, 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 dun.
Anyway, go ahead.
Once again, so I think this is over time because like they are showing like how it picks up.
Why do you keep thinking it's over time? I don't understand that.
Because you
Like,
can't,
it's-
because the guy doesn't go from one day falling off the bike, not even making it on, to all of a sudden they're going
Yeah,
as
what do you
fast
mean
as the
by
train.
over time?
The guy's
That's
doing
so
back
generic
flips.
to say. It could be
Yeah.
like 2 days. Like,
Yeah, are we
Did
talking
this guy
days,
close?
weeks, months?
He has the same clothes.
Yeah, I don't know. Either way, they go to fight the train. I thought this whole action series was fine. I thought it was great. It was cool. A lot
I thought it
of
looked
good.
really familiar, but it was good.
Well, one part did because they took the scene from Rogue One and did that on this train too, which is right here where she decides to jump in, and I guess we didn't get to skip. The robot I thought was funny, but he blew it out, so whatever.
Yeah,
okay,
how he
so what I was
bailed.
saying is, let's go back here. She jumps in through one of the window and does like the Vader in the tunnel thing.
Yeah, I couldn't get a good
That's
shot
pretty
of that. It was
Yeah,
hard
well,
to
she
get
was inside too. We didn't see it.
Yeah,
She just saw
yeah.
people flying.
Once
out.
again, it was good, but it still wasn't Vader in Rogue One, so it's not the best that it's ever done. But it
No one
helps.
took her.
Yeah, solidify it. So I liked how they used the speeder thing and everything else. The back and forth after they got the pikes. The pike thing was the coolest. Not because the guy lied, not because the leader would have said something.
What
That
spice?
they
What does it
unmasked.
look like?
Go ahead, Jedi.
No, I'm
Jedi,
just
you're
saying,
muted.
Pikes are number one. They're like the baddest. They're number one. Remember?
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
number one.
They were really cool. I enjoyed them. I enjoyed that we got to see their faces. It was funny when he said we don't do the spice, and then he's like, "Oh, here's the spice."
Yeah,
You're already
what
starting off
spice?
bad.
It's
What does it look
what's
like?
spice? Yeah.
Yeah, what spice? Boosh, there was.
the gang known for running spices.
Right, that's
Not
what they
talking
do.
about spice on this giant train in the middle of the desert.
Yeah, this is it. It was just reused. They just reused the Solo train heist. It was. I mean, it
probably
was
don't know
definitely a
they're
homage.
actually. So they probably don't know they're actually speaking to Boba Fett right now either, right? They just think it's some.
Oh, I'm sure they don't. Well, that's
No,
what he
yeah,
says.
they don't know who Boba Fett
He
is.
said they thought that they were an uncivilized. What's the word I'm looking? Uncivilized
Uncivilized
or whatever. So
Sticks. Just rewatch the training montage to John Tepper's soundtrack for Rocky IV. You'll be fine.
I do think that was kind of cool too, how they broke down afterwards about the tribes. Like there's multiple tribes, and because everybody's like, what are they all good now? It's like, no, he says like some of the tribes are just a-holes, and some are after themselves and some just want to be better development. I do like the fact that they have a discussion, but this is all foreshadowing, right? Like we understand what's going to happen here. Then there's this part, which okay.
Weird.
Yeah, we can just skip to the end, right? Because this whole thing was kind of
Lizard weird part. Then
Like,
you get the
he threw,
flashback in a flashback.
Well, he threw the scarecrow dust in his face too to get the lizard to jump in there.
I thought this was really cool when he was walking to the tree.
Yep.
His armor kept coming back on, coming off. Like it was really
You thought the,
cool
you thought
scene.
the flashback and a flashback and a flashback was cool.
Dom only watched flashbacks. He wanted this whole series to be a flashback. So yes,
It's like a Russian doll of flashbacks. It's like, oh, he's
Dude,
in
I
did
did
like
in the
the,
Starlight Pit. He's
I did like
No,
the line for whatever reason. I can't even tell you why. Just I thought it was funny when he said, "I think I swallowed it."
Oh yeah, they weren't. T. Jones. I'm not saying they were 100% kind. They weren't, but he was kind of saying how there was like other tribes who were just out there to rob, loot, and
Yeah.
and that they were kind of just more defending
there's
themselves.
tribes that raid and kill, and they're not one of the tribes that raid and kill. Although they may raid people.
Did you notice that one
Yeah,
of the
remember
flashbacks
Shmi
again though was
Skywalker?
this was the same thing, that there was another Django flying away flashback?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
swear to God,
Yeah,
if Mace
there
Windu
was.
comes back. I mean,
There was a Django flying away flash. There was a holding Django's helmet flashback, which we already saw in the last episode.
we've got
like,
two
oh,
Django flashbacks.
He was listening to
Season
Cat
2?
Stevens, Cats in the Cradle, and
season 2.
No,
The
I
hunt
mean they
for
might do it this
Mace
season.
Windu.
No. Hey, look, there's people saying it's coming back. Then he got the wood stick. I actually like this because it showed how. Well, okay, I did have a problem with it, kind of, but I liked it because they built him a gaffy stick. I thought showing how a gaffy stick is made was awesome. The fact that I've got tools in my garage that I could build a gaffy stick with, and apparently they have them on Tatooine.
Yeah,
what do you do? What if you're in a tree that doesn't have the magic head lizard?
Exactly.
I mean, when they pulled out
to build their gaffy stick.
What?
Do they all have to go through that to build a gaffy stick? Lizard up the nose,
you gotta have a lizard up your nose, and then you get
you need a router and a vice.
Yeah, they got the Stanley number 8 router or slice for it, and then they get the
I don't see why they couldn't just say, "Hey, walk that direction over there, so you find the tree." Bring us back.
Well,
we're not. We're debate that, Jones. We debate how long. I think it's longer than people think. And JJ thinks it was 12 hours. So
he's human.
Yeah, I don't know how long he could be in there.
Because if you
it could be a few
it's going to be more than 24 hours. He's in space all the time. It's going to take more than 24 hours for him to run through his oxygen and whatever food source that he has. Yeah, it's a Star Wars.
I know. I'm just saying. But
this thing called water, you occasionally need
Star Wars.
He needed air when he got the stormtroopers air.
Yeah, because his air finally ran out. It's not like 12 hours later. Anyways.
Well, because his sealed helmet that he just pops on and off like this.
You could go maybe 3 or 4 days, but it wouldn't probably be past that. It wouldn't be like
months. That was episode 1. Let's go to episode 2.
Yeah, they're like the X-Wings that it's just a little plastic thing that just kind of folds. Doesn't even lock.
Tashi Depot. Yeah, they went to Tashi Depot and got
I'm still mad that nobody picked up any power converters.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it takes years for him to digest.
I just pictured Tashi.
But somebody has to digest it on his thing. That's what I'm saying. What's that? Yeah, it should have been. Yeah, I thought it was going to be 2, but that's not what it was. All right. Anyways, let's keep going. So then he gets his robes. So hopefully, like, this is almost where he shows up at the end, right? Like, this is how we see him when we see him in Mando. Oh, here's the Dances with Wolves scene. Okay.
I keep telling you, it's literally a 4 to 5 year span from this to time he shows up with Mandalorian.
Maybe.
Well, between right here after they do the Dances with the Wolves.
Well, he'd be in the Sarlacc pit at the end of Return of the Jedi, right? Right. There's at least 5 years before that, and the Mandalorian starts.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, don't be disappointed when this training montage that we've taken back for the last 2 episodes and go into next episode. That's the 4 to 5 year.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, the time is spent there, not inside the pit. I don't think he was in the Sarlacc pit that long. I think the time he's been with the Tusken Raiders for a long time.
Really, is this what does it matter?
Yeah, because he's spending time with the Tusken Raiders. That's why he changes his whole personality to fit their belief system and also there. Which is why we're not going to see Mace Windu in a vengeance story, because he's not a vengeful person anymore.
Oh no, I understand that. What I'm saying is, it doesn't matter how you get to the 4 to 5 years. If they're right now, if each one of these flashbacks is about a year long, so we get 2 more and then we get out of flashbacks. Everybody but Dom, I think, wants that.
Curious?
Right?
No. Wait.
You want that, but that's not what's going to happen.
I don't want the flash. I like the flashbacks showing where he came from, headed towards. I want to see things move forward now. That's what I'm waiting for.
They will. Well, watch the kid. Watch how old the kid Tusken Raider is. See if he gets taller as we move through this.
Oh my god, he's not going to get taller. They're going to kill him.
I know they're going to kill him, but do they kill him when he's a teenager going out on his own?
Hold on, Jedi was watching something.
Gaffy stick.
So
Jedi, what are you trying?
I did watch the tax show, and you guys were talking about how long is this going to go? Are we going to see him go rescue Fennec, et cetera, et cetera? I don't think we're going to see that. What I need to see is up to the point where he gets back to Slave One. Slave One is out there somewhere. Why he is not trying to, like, hey, I got these bikes. I'm gonna I'm gonna ride this freaking bike to my freaking Slave One starship and get the hell out of here.
It's in Jabba's palace.
I just want to see up till he gets Slave One, and then I think the flashbacks are gonna stop, right?
Well, I think that's like we've hopefully. I hope
things are going to stop. I'm of the opposite opinion.
Yeah, no, I'm of the optimistic opinion. I'm not saying they're going to stop. I'm of the optimistic opinion that it will please stop.
It will not.
Stop ruining my dreams. This show's been so good so
You
far.
keep dreaming, but why not let you dream?
The flashbacks. I don't understand. You want him to stop. The flashbacks.
I like him right now because I like him because like after because of what Jedi just said, after he has the flashbacks up to getting Slave One, I don't want any more.
Yeah,
like,
but why do you think you're getting that like the next episode?
No, I think the next two because of where this is. He's been suited because of storytelling and how he's been suited up, how he's had his training montage.
Exactly. What does that tell you? With storytelling, what's got to happen?
We're gonna have one scene where he walks up to find Slave One, where he's behind the rock, where he's looking at Slave One, where he gets it with Fennec Shan, and then it's gonna probably stop. And then he's gonna stop going in the Bantha tank too because he's gonna heal, and that's when he's gonna start kicking ass, and everybody's gonna love it. And yeah, and
he hasn't healed in 5 years. How's it gonna heal?
Well, he didn't have backup for 5 years.
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying is, why do you think this is good? This is all it? Oh, he's got his gaffy stick, he's got his robes, he's all set. We don't need any more. We need to know why he's not with those Tusken Raiders anymore.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna find out.
We got to hear the story of why they're all probably dead.
There has to be a motivation.
No, they're gonna come. You don't think they're coming? No.
They're gonna help him at the end.
They're gonna help him. The Tusken Raiders are coming back. Yes, Sam. We know this. This is why we bring Sam. Sam knows how this is gonna work. Sam, let us know. Give us some thoughts.
I mean,
so what's the?
So
Nope.
every time you see Boba Fett confronting someone in the towns, he's outnumbered every time, and that's his consistent problem. And every time he's in the flashback, he's flanked by all these Tusken Raiders. Right? He's got this built-in army that he could call on at any time. So I think that's what we're getting this backstory for is so when the moment comes where they need a Deus Ex Machina and it's the Tusken Raiders, that it's earned, right? That it doesn't come out of nowhere. You're like, why are these Tusken Raiders all of a sudden helping Boba?
Yeah,
it's going to be. That's what all the backstory is for. Is because when the moment is right, they're going to be there.
This is the basic story of the Ronin going to a town and then learning something from that town because he used to be a drunk and he doesn't care and he's got this loyalty, and then training the town people while they train him too. And then he becomes softer, and then he doesn't actually really want to leave, and then he ends up being in the next movie. 100%.
Yeah, that's a classic Kurosawa storyline. Kurosawa, you guys all know Kurosawa, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's like 100% Kurosawa.
I'm thinking of the storyline we find out why he becomes the drunkard because the town he befriended or this tribe he befriended all gets slaughtered because of his direction into, hey, let's mess with this crime syndicate and take their train over. And when they come back for payback and pay them back, we find out why he actually wants to be a crime lord now. Like, why does he all of a sudden go from being a happy little living in the desert guy, drinking his black melon milk, with the Tusken Raiders to saying, you know what? I need to be a crime lord. There's got to be a reason.
It doesn't have to be everybody. It doesn't have to be all of the Tusken Raiders.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be all of them. It just has to be his favorite one.
Thank you, Darth Vader. $5. The kid.
Well, as long as if there's one that hits
just because real quickly, just because Ruben loves the show, he gave us $5. Thank you for the super chat, Ruben.
Yes,
thank you for the $5. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.
Sorry, Sam. Go ahead. Finish your sentence. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, if he needs to become a drunk and go off on his own spiritual journey, it doesn't have to be all the Tusken Raiders that go down. If it's just one that hits him particularly hard, that the audience is like, wow, that he was really invested in that guy, so that we understand why he has to leave, that's enough. They don't all have to go. So that's how I would make it still all work. So they can still be Gandalf's Eagles at the end.
Tusken kid.
Gandalf's Eagles.
Yeah, he loses the kid on his watch. And
Look,
I'm sorry.
This is what I think too. I don't think they're the only Tusken Raiders that are going to be involved. I think because of his teaching to the Tusken Raiders, they're going to teach the other Tusken Raiders in other colonies. I got a feeling something big is going to happen in the last episode, and people are going to be scratching like it's going to be like a holy shit moment because
they might give us a holy shit moment.
Well, that's kind of what Morrison said, and that's what they like to do.
Tusken, we'll teach you the ways of the Fett.
All right, we still got top 10 Fett book or Black K books coming up.
We got the Black K.
But I would like to just really quickly go over this, and it's something that Sam said, and I think I really do like it because I'm huge with the Kurosawa stuff. Like I like the feudal Japan type of angle for it. And I know that John also, this is something JJ said about the mafia part. We have the next episode coming up. I think personally that table line where he's going like, we're going to combine everything, blah, blah, blah. Why don't we just kill you is going to be playing out like, hey, why don't we just kill you and go to have the Hutts rule us, turn you over. We can make money off of it. No, we should fight back. We're going to get the kid street gang group at that point. And at that point, when the kid street gang's getting pushed around by the mayor, who's a subset of it, they're not enough to beat him. I think that Sam is correct. We will have the Tusken Raiders come in as the second part to help. Well, no, because they're going to have it's going to be a big street war. It's going to be a gang war where we have
multiple. Do you think the biker girl? Street war? Yeah. Wait, you think the biker girl's current? That's what turns it. They're in the streets right now. He's like, yo, I'm in the streets. The Hutts are in the streets. I'm in the streets. We're all in the streets. The sister wants to kill him. Black K's out there. Yo, we're rumbling. Where do you think it's going to happen? You think he's going to be at the top of Jabba's palace? They're going to be like, okay, buddy.
I have an alternate theory, and Pete might have just Pete touched on it a little bit with what he just said. Mm. So Tusken Raiders for their whole life are normally Tusken Raiders. They're in their tribe, they live within their tribe, et cetera, et cetera. But if that tribe were to be mostly eliminated, what if those Tusken Raiders maybe became if they went to a city?
What if they had a Rumspringer?
What if they became those street punks that we see?
Girl on bike is the kid.
They know how to ride a speeder bike.
Raiders, the girl, Lobo's daughter.
Mm-hmm. So in 4 years, little kid goes from little kid to.
Well, I'm not saying little kid. We don't know how old the female warrior is. She could be 18 and then become 22.
Yeah, she could be older sister for all we know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's interesting. I would be mad. Look, I'm not mad, but here's the question. Are you mad at how this is going? Because any way it's going, I think these conversations are exciting. I enjoy it. And I enjoy that I think they're checking off a lot of stuff. The kid gets adopted by Kira. Yeah, the kid gets adopted by Kira, and then Kira ends up getting Boba Fett's adopted daughter that's been from a thing that happened to his wife, and then that character's on the bike.
And they need to fix it. It needs to be flipped immediately. The flashbacks need to be 12 minutes long, and the rest of the episode 30 minutes long, and not the other way around.
You are the most negative on this show. It's not a bad thing. Your opinion though on this, not negative. No. I'm not saying you're a hater. I'm just saying like opinion of the show of how it's going. Most people that I talk to, even people that are casual fans, are thoroughly enjoying this. And when I hear what you're saying, I'm not saying that you're what.
I think you're wrong about that. I think there's a lot of casual fans that are going to get real sick of the flashbacks if they continue to be 30 minutes long.
Oh, they might. No. Listen, no, you're still looking down the road. I'm saying currently watching these 2 episodes. I don't think enough people even think far enough down as far as how the story's going to go to care about that. And casual fans definitely
think that far.
Theory crafting. I know, but they're not theory crafting on it because casual fans don't theory craft on shit they don't know about. You know what I mean? So they don't care. What I'm saying is like, I agree with you 100%. If it keeps doing it where it's 12 minutes of new stuff and flashbacks for 20, the majority of it, it's egregious. They shouldn't do that. But currently, watching these 2 episodes and grading them on themselves, it's pretty damn good. And it's pretty damn good Star Wars, to be honest with you. I don't know what that means, but when you're touching everything, when you're giving characters, bringing them back, when you're doing comic book characters, when you're hitting up homages to movies, when you're keeping the Kurosawa thing in there, like how much more do you want out of them? I think they're doing a great job is all I'm saying.
I get that. But to go with JJ's point, without having seen the rest of the series, at this point, I don't see why we really need the juxtaposition of the 2. I understand. Oh, it's kind of echoing what's going on in the future and into the past, but it is, but it isn't. Had we seen all of the flashbacks play out and then all of the new stuff, if they just did it chronologically, I don't know if it would really affect the storyline all that much.
Yeah.
Okay. I agree. But you guys are waiting. You guys are waiting for the show.
We're looking at a story. We're not waiting on the show. I'm looking at a story as it plays out through the thing. And if they keep showing me a story that's in the past,
what I'm saying is you're grading on it on what's going to happen down the road without even knowing what's really going to happen down the road.
The story that people tuned in to watch was Boba Fett as a crime lord. The story we're getting is Boba Fett dances with wolves and 12 minutes of Boba Fett as a crime lord.
Well, even the Dances with Wolves, I think it's just the whole. I don't think it's Dances with Wolves. I think it has a lot to do with Kurosawa,
and I think it has a lot to do with Dances with Wolves.
No,
It does.
I mean,
and that's why it pisses me off because Dances with Wolves won the Oscar over Goodfellas. So this unbalanced justification is pissing me off because
once
Goodfellas
again, you're still worried about. Yeah,
maybe what we're seeing through these flashbacks is why Boba Fett wants to be a crime lord instead of just being a bounty hunter. And I'm kind of on board with what Sam is saying, which is really weird because normally I hate it when Sam's here, but I really I'm joking.
Thanks, Jeff.
I agree with what he said, and I think he's on to something that we're going to see these flashbacks maybe describe why he wants to be a crime lord, whether it's because of a tragedy to that the young kid who he holds dear, because he's gotten the Pikes and he riled up the Pikes do something, and maybe the Pikes doing something is why Boba Fett wants to now be a crime lord and to I don't know, just
and Jedi, I agree with that too.
Yeah, it's a setup. I get it. It's a setup, but that's what you call exposition. That's the first act of a 3-act thing. But so far, the first act of the 3-act thing has been the vast majority of an episode. Like, I don't even understand why we're not just seeing him in the back to tank at the beginning and then just have a whole episode of him with the Tuskens, which is pretty much what we have, more or less.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you like to see the part where he faces off with the Hutts and Black K and all that fun stuff? Like, I like to see that.
It's coming.
Part.
It's coming.
There's a trope.
Well, I know it's coming, but I shouldn't have to wait.
There's a TV
episodes
trope
into a
called
7-episode series.
Flashback as the B plot, and instead of having to follow Boba Fett and someone else in a concurrent timeline, you can have the B plot be Boba Fett's past. And it allows you to really focus on Boba Fett throughout everything. And you're really telling two stories that will eventually converge. And it hasn't happened.
The problem with that theory.
And
exactly. But the problem with that is, though, one real quick thing.
B-plot is the A-plot right now.
B-plot is the A-plot right now. That's the problem. Flashbacks are fine. There's nothing totally against flashbacks. But it has to happen in increments and peppered in there, not like, here's a giant thing. Or have you ever seen the movie The Prestige, where they basically flip it partway through? And
I've seen all
your
of
B plot
Chris
becomes your A plot.
Timey-wimey movies.
Timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly.
Yeah. And I'm not even saying that's good, because he got way too much into flashbacks with whatever that was he released 2 years ago. Was it Tenet or whatever?
You can always watch Memento.
Memento, yeah, where you start from the beginning and in the end and come back and forth.
I understand how you can dislike that the B plot is the strong portion of this for right now, but I also have to say it is, from what I hear from the people that aren't huge fans, even the ones that will openly admit I don't know much about Star Wars, not the ones that are like, I'm a Star Wars fan, Boba Fett doesn't have his helmet on enough, and he doesn't seem like Boba Fett to me because he's talking too much. Okay, whatever that means, I don't get it. That's fine. That's their fandom. But yeah, at the end of the day, like, they're saying this isn't bad. And I get what you're saying. You're fearing that this is going to continue. And I understand that. I fear that too. But I'm suppressing it because I'm enjoying all the rest of the shit that they're doing.
Well, you know,
like
what?
Black Krrsantan. I like the Gavi stick part. I actually liked Solo, so I like that they did a homage to that. Like, I like that we got to see all that stuff. And I think they're doing a great job of adding it.
Go ahead, Dom.
I'm sorry. I'm understand what JJ's saying. If it was a longer season, if they had more episodes, fine. It's 7 episodes. 2 episodes are out, and they really haven't gotten to the point of where they should be going. And I understand a lot of people are feeling that same thing, and they have a habit of prolonging things until something big happens towards the end where you want more, and that's also a good thing too. But I see, but it's gonna pick up it's gonna definitely get better. It's great. But get better to a point where it's going to move forward to all the new stuff, him becoming the crime lord, and that's all going to be put back in the past.
Don't take it as it has to get better, Dom. It's not that I think it's bad. Again, I'm enjoying it. I just think the way they're telling this story is just off. I just think they could have done the pacing and how they're laying the episodes out could have been done better so far without knowing where they're going. Just what I've seen so far, it could have been delivered to me better, is all.
Go ahead.
do also want to say that Boba Fett is the kindest crime lord that has ever been. He is such a nice crime lord. Which makes me think that it ties into whatever tragedy we see on the horizon with the Tusken Raiders and all that. Is maybe he's thinking the only way I can keep the people safe that I care about is to take over the system from the inside.
Become the crime lord.
Yeah. But I get that. But if we've already figured that out with the flashbacks we've seen, do I really need to see more of them in the coming episodes?
Well, we don't know if we're going to see how much more of them we're going to see. But I would say
we got to get to his motivation, right?
There's still going to be a lot of that flashback B plot, and it's probably going to be a thread that ties a lot of it together.
I think we do have to get.
I'm just going to have to get used to it, or complain about it, or whatever you want to do. But
I agree, JJ, that we have to get to the point here over the next episode and a half. It has to be there, and if they don't, then my opinion of this series is going to change very quickly. I will tell you that. With that being said, we've almost murdered this topic, but we had 50 in the chat for it, 52 at one point. So very good, everybody. Thank you, Sam, for your insight into stuff too. We're going to move on before it turns into a 4-hour show like last time.
Can I say one thing really quick?
Go ahead, Dom. Mm-hmm.
You ever think he's the nicest crime lord? You ever think that he's still healing from the Benton tank? He's not 100%. Once he gets 100%, that's when things are going to really start.
Like Goku.
Why would that change his motivations? Like, he doesn't have to do it.
No,
because he can go Super Saiyan.
You do what?
He's not really. No, I'm just saying that he's not 100% to where he wants.
He might not be 100%, but that doesn't change why he'd make the decisions of, well, I'll let everybody live, and we don't need to kill anyone. We can be nice. Like, I'm going to rule through being a good person and being nice. Like, I don't think it has anything to do with his health. I think that's just more of his. Whatever he learned in his Dances with Wolves backstory.
I almost wonder if it's the opposite, like it's like a Logan adamantium poison situation where like he's running out of time because he seems to do these amazing things in the flashback, like board a pike train and take it over, but in the Elder time he gets hit with a shock stick twice and he needs to go immediately to a Bacta tank. Like,
yeah. Fair enough. Oh, I mean,
maybe he could be back into Sarlacc. That's
but you got to also remember, he could be like some of the rumors were that some of the clones disintegrated after a time period.
Yeah.
So he could be at that point where clones start to disintegrate too. You know what I mean? Which would be very interesting. So if that happens,
well, he's also an older man at this point, just in general, normie time for him. Like, it's been a while.
All right. Does anybody have anything to conclude or add up that we haven't hit on already with Book of Fett?
I would just forecast. I don't think he's going to stay with the Tusken Raiders. I think he's going to go from people to people as the show goes on. And it's not just going to be a Tusken Raider army that shows up at the end. There's going to be lots of native peoples that he's going to bring to his aid. That's what I think.
Like Kane in Kung Fu.
Yeah.
He's going to walk the earth.
Boba Fett,
the Riders of Rohan.
Yeah, it's gonna be like Avengers Endgame, where you feel like, oh, okay, there's a couple people, but they're not gonna be able to. And then all of a sudden,
we will look to the sun as it rises in the east.
Yeah, people start rushing on Tashi Station. We're gonna get those two back. I don't know what they're gonna do besides take punches to the face, but whatever.
Why are you no longer with your Tusken chieftain? He knows no longer friend from foe.
No, what's their names? The Luke's friends. Luke's friends are gonna come out and get pounded by a Heart's tail or something.
Like to see Biggs Darklighter at the
Yeah, Biggs is gonna come in there. I liked it. I really thought it was good. So I mean I hear what you're saying, but I'm trying to be optimistic with it. So okay,
I'm still liking it. Don't get that wrong. I really like this last episode.
Yeah, I mean it's not bad. I know everybody thinks my objections makes me think
that's what I'm saying. Like. I know you're objecting to stuff further down the line. I'm enjoying it for what it is at this point. All right, let's get into what are we going to do next? Are we going to do
10 fantasy before we get to the Black Cave stuff?
Fantasy.
I think.
Oh shoot, fantasy. All right, Justin, or not Justin. Yeah, go into fantasy. Sorry, my bad. Eric, let me know what we're going to do here. We didn't even talk about what we're going to do. Oops.
Neither did I.
Oh. Well, Justin and I, we talked a little bit. Well, I'm going to have to see how this plays out because. First, we have to go over the scores that are commissioned.
Yeah, this is just
this place.
I'm objecting already.
Gotta stop objecting.
Yeah, I know.
Episode 2.
I filed with the league already.
Jedi, do you want to explain the tiebreakers, or you just want to give them just a broad?
Now we're doing
overview?
tiebreakers.
No, because we're not going to need them actually this week.
Yeah.
But there, in the event that there is a tie, I came up with these, and I asked Pete to give them a sanity check to make sure they made sense. If there are any ties in the standings, the first thing we'll do is which team has the most episodes where they lead everyone with the most points.
Yeah, think of like most high-scoring weeks.
Yeah. If that still doesn't do it, then it'll be the team with the highest points in any previous episode win. And then if that doesn't do it, then it'll be the team with the second most highest, and so on and so on.
We doubt we'll need that.
And then, I don't think so either. And then, of course, we've already gone past week 1 where the tiebreaker was determined by a continuation of the snake draft order. So we haven't needed this yet, but we just kind of wanted to get ahead of it because we may need it down the road.
So we'll go with the reveals for our standings. At number 5, with a total of 1 point, Rule of 2, after they lost a point this week.
All those guys didn't die.
Who's that?
This is JJ.
So
this
is JJ. For this week, he got a -1 point.
Total, you stand at 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
For this week, okay.
Yeah, for this week, you got lost 1 point.
I thought it was total -1.
No. I'm sorry. I realized it after I did it. It's a dash.
I was like, wait, what?
Yeah. So last week you had 2. This week you have -1. Total 1.
So, in 4th place with a total of 2 points, it's the Lords of Mandalore, who scored a point this week.
Who's that?
That's Dom.
Okay, good job, Dom. You guys got saved. You guys shouldn't have done that. He would have had. Who would you have had? You would have had the Tusken Raiders. You would have had minus 20 points. All right, you got saved.
It would have been a rough week if he had not.
Yeah.
Really rough week.
Changed his
Count your blessings, Dom. All
right, Ray, get ready for the complaining, because in 3rd place with a total of 5 points, we have Force Ghosting the competition, who scored 2 this week.
If you guys have noticed, I've never complained about my actually scoring. Usually I try to help somebody else's scoring out, or I complain on how they should have had less scoring. All right. Is that right? I don't know if that's right or not.
You got your appearance.
Really not a bad week to be at the bottom of the ranks, though. So
no, it really isn't. No,
you got your appearance point. That's what this is. You got your Gamoran guard showed up. Fennec Shan showed up. They didn't kill anybody. They showed up. And dropping. Oh, shoot. It messed up. I missed the number. I didn't update it. This is number 2, not number 1. In number 2, with 2 points this week for a total of 6, is me and Justin, the Knights of Renna, because we showed up. Our new pickups showed up. We are not number 1. We are number 2. I just didn't update the thing properly. Was it Garza's Whip and the Kid Tusken are our 2 characters, so no kills, just appearances. But jumping from last to first to actually number 1 with a total of 7 points, with 6 points this week.
No, I call foul.
6 million translations for Let the Wookiee Win.
How? Foul. Flag on the field.
So the
Pikes
only
and
way
Nicktoons.
I had to go back and watch these things, and I had to actually go back and look at how I judged some of the previous deaths in the previous weeks. And I actually could have given him more points, but I decided to kind of shave some of them off. And this is what I came up with. When you get through, I'm saying he killed 2 of the Nitko in the bar, and he tossed several of these pikes off the train, probably killing most of them, but we don't know. Mm-hmm. But if I'm gonna give Kinnick a point for kicking somebody off a building for the kill, I don't know how I don't give points for throwing somebody off of a very
speeding
fast train.
Makes sense.
And one of them actually went under the train, so that was easy.
Oh yeah, that dude's definitely
that guy was gone.
But so I kind of, I had to use a judgment call, and he actually threw a lot more people off that train than I gave him kills for. But I kind of like, well, I'm just going to say some of them died. I could have said all of them died, and then it would have been a higher score. And
the ones before the droid jacked up the speed, they probably lived. It was still kind of going slow.
So we're in third place, and we're the only.
Trust me, like I said, this would be a good week where I would actually like to be down towards the bottom. But
I forgot he had Boba Fett. So
yeah, he had both, and you're only 1 point behind second and 2 points behind first.
Oh no, I'm great. We're the only team that hasn't had Boba in the top 3, so I'm okay with that.
Well, in the top 3, yeah. But you've had Fennec Shan the whole time.
That's not my fault. Pick better people.
No, you picked first.
Pick better people, bro.
So,
you picked first. Don't go crowing about your first overall pick.
Pick better people. Be better at the game.
Yeah, be better at the wheel. So of course we're going to drop Boba Fett. So Boba Fett is now.
Oh yeah, I gotta bring that deck up. Hold on.
Bring up the graphic.
Yeah, I got the whole thing for this too. Just gotta minimize.
If you would have said 8 or 9, I still would have been okay with it. I think you should have got 4.
You did get
4 for the. I think he killed all the bikers. To be honest with you,
I don't think he killed all the bikers because again, I think they're going to be the ones who come after the clan. Personally,
Big Remo. We talked about him already once, but we're going to hit it again because we got top 10 books for Black K.
Yes, we do have Black K's.
Ranking the top 10. Mm-hmm.
Where is it? There we go.
Good to see
all right, so
in
first place. Jedi has to lose Boba Fett. We'll take him off the board now.
So
JJ.
First in the waiver wire is JJ, right?
Yes.
You just got to drop the bikers and pick up Boba Fett. That's what I would do. It's your choice. Do you want to drop somebody? But you have Boba Fett available. Do you want to drop somebody and pick up Boba Fett?
So I got a waiver wire question. Do I have to? Are we doing one pickup at a time?
Just one.
Just one pickup at a time. All right. Well, then, I got to drop Biker Gang and probably take Boba Fett.
All right. The Nikto Biker Gang is coming off the board. Just for, in all intents and purposes, I'm going to move Biker Girl down to your second spot just because Boba Fett has to be at the top. All right. So right now, there you are. Which puts Dom up next. Any changes?
Yes. The Tuscan chief, take him off and give us Cobb Vanth.
Cobb Vanth?
Yep.
Damn. I did not see that coming.
I didn't either.
Going to Freetown?
Justin and I talked this through. We have a plan, I think. So, Marco, you're up.
We're staying pat. Why would we?
Standing pat.
Yeah. We got a
all
great
right.
squad.
So, we're dropping the kid.
Wait, we don't want to stay pat. Oh, damn it.
You can. No, I'm not going to.
Go ahead.
No,
give me 1 sec. Hold on.
Yeah, I'll give you time. I'm not going to be that guy. You got time. I'm not going to rush you.
Clock.
Yeah.
I don't know if yeah, Justin. We gotta talk. Let me find my phone so I can.
I have to say, I did not see it going down like this. I have to say,
I played this out already.
I gotta get Fett for probably the one episode where he won't kill anyone.
It'll be an all Fennec Shan backstory.
Yeah, Fennec Shan will kill 8 people.
Yeah, there'll be no flashbacks to when he was actually a killer. It'll all be.
You see, this is the problem. This is the problem. The problem is I want somebody, but it's not a good pick, and I'm just waiting for the response. Yeah, I'm just waiting for the response here, because we're playing the long game here.
Oh, the long game is that's what it is.
You can pick Scud back up.
Pick better people.
7 episodes. 7 episodes. Hey,
you can pick Black K.
Eric, I text you if you could look at your text. Sorry about this, guy. Sorry about that.
Yeah, we're gonna have some sort of time. So you're gonna have to make the call. I mean,
yeah.
Okay, staying put. He said staying put. We're gonna stay put. We're gonna stay put. We're gonna stay put.
All right.
Wow.
He talked me off the
I did
ledge.
not see this happening.
All right. Well, we're doing it then. You didn't want to do it. We're getting rid of the kid, and we are going to take. Where did I put him on the board here? Where is my band? Black K.
Yeah.
We got it. I think.
Hey, do you know that Black K, every time you see him, he gets his ass kicked and puts his tail between his legs and leaves?
Hey, maybe, but when he takes out those Gamoran guards fodder, we'll see what happens.
We'll see.
Okay, well, this actually worked out. this, even Sam and I were other Sam, my teammate, Wookiee Sam. We were going over what to do, and wow, this is kind of fallen in our lap. I did not think this was going to happen, but I can't turn my back on it. We're going to take the Tusken warrior lady.
Oh, see, we do have her. I didn't make the thing. I forgot. I thought I made the thing, but I didn't make the slide because that was actually a backup plan for Justin and I as well. So for right now, Jedi, I got to give you an unknown because I forgot to make the slide for her. But I know who you mean. So
okay,
so an unknown, but I'll put her in.
So now does pickup go? Does it snake style pick up again, or do we just go to?
It goes
JJ?
back to.
I think it's got to go back.
Back to JJ.
Back to JJ.
It goes
Back
back
to
to
JJ
JJ if he wants it.
Go ahead, JJ.
I haven't talked to Astro at all about this, and he's not in the chat. So, I think I would
I'm
just
sure he'll be fine with making
stick with what I got. The only person I was thinking was just got taken, so I'm gonna pass. I was thinking Chief too, but I don't think so. Chief doesn't seem to do anything. Tusken Chiefs. Pass.
All right, Dom.
Dom.
I'm gonna pass. We're gonna stay where we are.
We're still staying pat. We're riding and dying with the Gamorrean guards. Please take out like 3 people before you get killed. Please.
What do you mean take out like 3 people?
Because I hope they take out like 3 people so we get a plus at least.
Go out in a blaze of glory.
Yeah,
I want at least a plus couple. You know what I mean?
All right, give me a second. I've got the dots showing up in my chat with my partner here. We are discussing whether we need to move.
Go after the old man.
The old man.
Yeah. Your team's about one of the better ones now.
I don't know. I don't think like the chief is going to do anything.
You don't have the chief, do you?
No. I'm saying like to pick up like.
Oh, that's what I mean. Guards of Foot has been in every episode. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think she, and that's the thing. I don't think she's going to
Max
fight.
Rebo.
We're going to stand pat for now. I think we're good. I think she'll appear. She's probably not going to get us a kill, but I'm still kind of hoping we get the what is that weird the kiss? Maybe we get some extra kiss points. So we're going to stand pat.
We're going to stand pat too, and I'm glad you brought up the kiss because I went back and when I was watching Boba Fett dancing around the bonfire, I was like, please start singing. Please start chanting, singing something. And he did not do it.
Do chants count?
God, really?
He didn't do
Start doing the New Zealand warrior chant.
Yeah, warrior chants.
Is it only a song? Like, does Max Rebo playing the piano count?
Well, if I'm going by the letter of the law, or the letter of the rule, it has to be singing. Because
singing.
I was hoping.
All right.
I was actually hoping, and I went back and looked at it. I was like, maybe I put singing or dancing because Boba was dancing, and I was like, damn it, I put singing only, and I was like, well, I mean, it is what it is, right?
All right. Well, Jedi, I will update it to the Tusken warrior woman. Like I said, I was gonna make it. I guess I forgot because again, that was a backup plan for Justin and I because we figured Boba, Black K were gonna get scooped up. And then we thought maybe we can get one of your guys' scraps. Maybe we could swap out for some scraps. But here we are.
All
right, Stan.
All right. There we are, heading into week 3.
Hey, Jennifer Beals sang in Flashdance. She may still have it. Who knows?
You never know.
Okay.
You could walk in next time. She's got the mic and she's going to be singing.
Let's go through the Black K covers. And then what do we have after that? Anything?
That's it, I think.
That's it.
All right.
I think that'll be it. The ranking the Black K covers is our last bit. I just got to bring up the...
One more yelling at everybody right before we get out of here.
Yay.
Yeah.
All righty, Roo. It's been pretty good. I don't know. I hope that Black K thing doesn't bite us. It was a 50-50 decision.
Nice.
Sorry, it's just it's
You
not
not show
showing
up
up.
again
I just
for
gotta
2 more
close
episodes.
stuff.
You never know.
Yeah. Hopefully he shows up next episode. I'd really like to see him kill a lot of people. Just not Gamorrean guards.
They're going to be the Gamorrean guards. Sorry.
Hopefully Tusken Raiders.
He's gonna rip their
Now, if
arms
more
off.
Gamorrean guards show up and they die, does that count negatively?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, we're going to add to the stream. Here we are. So, who do you want to start with first? Or not who, I guess. These are books, actually. So,
Yeah, it's comics. It's comics.
Do you want to pick the books and I'll just run the...
Yeah, Wayseeker's asking a question. Is it covers or comics? It's mainly comics. This is more of the guts. You know what I mean? And we're not going to use the same books we already talked about on the market report.
Yeah, that's kind of what we did before. That's what we were talking. The covers are kind of what we were pointing out before. This is more, storyline based.
Yeah, I just hope that next week they assemble their guard and then he rips off somebody else. All right, we'll just go through the easy rundown. We've got Vader #1. This is the first print because I know everybody's going to ask what print it is. We're just doing Vader #1 is a wholesome book. This is first appearance of Black K, contrary to whatever people are trying to push now. Wookiees speak with horse. That's their language, or whatever you want to say about it. 5 panels, whatever. I mean, I get it, dude. I get when you didn't see something like this coming and you need to create content. I understand. But it's the first appearance of Black K, undoubtedly. All right. And I think this book overall, because of that, is 1. I think it's the best book out there.
1, right? I don't.
There's going to be an argument for it in a minute, but because we added a variant. But yes, I think as of right now, it's got to be 1. Correct? Is anybody going to argue that?
I think so.
Chat.
I think it's 1.
I'm fine with that. For now.
I can't remember what all books we said, so yes.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
I kind of put it together. I kind of did it so that not everybody knows the list. All right, put it #1. And then our second option is, Darth Vader 1 in 100.
200.
By Alex Ross.
Actually.
What's that?
This was a 1 in 200.
Oh, 200. Sorry, my bad.
Yes. The color version was 1 in 100.
This is the 1 in 200, which we will be doing it on. So the 1 in 200, which, wow.
Okay.
I mean, so there's a lot of... Huh?
So this is going to be #1, I guess.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Jedi has that too.
I got it at 2 as well. I don't like sketches.
I do like sketches, but I mean, earlier Marco said we're going on the gut. Well, obviously we have 2 books now with the
guts
same
are great.
guts in it, but
Lewis, I like the Scotty Young too.
This one's kind of hard to get, so I would put this at #2 just because it is hard to get, and a lot of people.
Scotty Young is good. I like the Scotty Young as well.
Yeah. Okay. 2. Are we doing it 2?
I don't know what the chat's saying, but
I will say this: I'm with Pete that I normally dislike sketches, but Alex Rock's sketch covers are fantastic.
This is one of a kind.
Alex Ross sketch.
I like his sketches.
I don't
because
like
they're actual sketches. It's not just like taking an image and making it black and white. Like you can see the sketch lines.
I know it's just still too loosey goosey to me. It's still just kind of a layout. It's
there's
not really
a couple 2s. There's a 3. I think 2's solid for this. Anybody else? Chat? Anybody else want to add it?
I can live with 2.
Is something that's not? It's not $1,000. 2 upside. Yeah, it's not $1,000. 2. I could live with 1 or 2 at this. Even though I mislabeled it as the 100 instead of the 200, but whatever.
Yeah. I know. I did. I did it too.
I took credit for doing that. I said 100, even though I said the black and white sketch. That's my fault.
Yeah. Well, I still could have double checked you when I was putting it together. And
okay, the Doc Afra #1, 1 in 100. Why are we doing this? What's the guts?
Because he's on the cover.
He is on the cover.
Yeah, and it's a first self-titled for Afra.
It's first. Yeah, it's the first title.
It's an Afra Santi linked book.
Yep.
It is Chewbacca's crossbow, though. That's kind of lazy on the artist.
Well, no, that's what he had for some of it too. He had he had both the crossbow and then he had that big laser gun that he had. So
I would put that at 7.
Yeah, I think it's got to go lower, right? We're going lower on this.
If you're rating it on the guts, I suppose yes. If you're rating it on the actual book,
well, both.
This thing's impossible.
Good luck getting one. Then it's rare and it's hard to find and it's expensive.
Yeah, which is also something too, though. Like if it's rare, hard to find, and expensive, don't sometimes you just is it like okay, cool. If you don't have it already, then
I would for now, tentatively, since we're kind of still early on in this and we can shift. For me, I think this kind of would roll in more like a #5 kind of spot.
Well, the chat right now has got 8, 7, and 8.
All right.
So I think I'm with everyone who's saying it's an 8. I mean, I don't know what's coming up next. It's kind of a secret from all of us right now, but I don't like the fact that it's I don't like the cover. If I'm just looking at this cover, there's nothing special about this cover to me.
JJ likes it. JJ, where do you have it?
I like the cover. I'd have it at 4.
Yeah. So probably in the 6 or 7s where we're going to end up putting this right now.
I thought you told me 8 because everybody said 8, 7, 8.
No, I didn't say. I said 8, 7, 8, and Dom had it at 7. JJ and you had it at 4 and 5.
Yeah. All right. So 7.
I had it at 6. So you can put it at 7. Put it at 7.
We're gonna move things around. This is probably gonna get shifted.
Well, I don't know if we are because I'm going straight up and down the line.
All right.
We'll see. Vader 7. Why do we have Vader 7 in this?
First meeting of him and Afra.
First meeting. Yeah. This is 10.
Yeah, this one was weak. This one was on.
This is
the
weak
left,
sauce.
I'm trying to remember like the story. Like what happened again?
He goes back to Tatooine.
Yeah, he goes back. This is the hunting down of the
10.
10.
I'm fine.
10.
I'm fine with 10.
Chat.
Yeah.
Weigh in.
Lopez says 8. Everybody else has got 10. The panel's got 10 on this. And
So let me ask this: the scuttlebutt, so to speak,
Yeah, go ahead.
was
Of course.
that because we got Black K, then we'll get Afra.
Okay.
But we're putting all the Afra Black K related books at the end of the list.
Well, because I think three. Lewis 10. Honorable mention 10. She had a Fisher 5 for some reason. I think it's going 10. All right. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying, but I think there's 3.
10 too. I think we're good with 10 for now.
I mean, I think people were early on trying to give this book a little bit of whatever when they were trying to figure out the character, like on Wednesday, and then because you got to remember, like, I don't know, man. Whatever. There's a lot of better books. Okay, so we're going with the annual number.
We're ranking this based on Black K only, then, right?
Yeah, Black K.
Yes, for Black K.
So the story behind the annual here is that this is the first time we actually see the twins that like get him into the thing, but this is his story of how he got into the pits and everything else. It's a really good annual. It's got a lot of meat and potatoes in there.
It's basically his origin.
Cool. Huh?
It's basically
pretty much his origin. Yeah, very good. Thank you for shortening what I was saying while I'm typing in annual 1 in the thing.
And both covers are good on this too, by the way.
Yeah, I like both covers. There's a couple 6s. I actually think this is higher up. I think this is kind of more like a 5 book or 4 or 5 to
I was
be
going to
honest
say
with
4.
you. 4
5.
for Jedi.
I say 5.
5, 4, 4, 6, 6, 4.
I'm a 5.
5.
5.
I don't know what book you're going to put higher than a origin.
Yeah, I don't.
I know which one I'm picking for higher than an origin.
Well, if it's on the list,
It's fun.
all right.
Here's my question though. What is she looking at?
Oh yeah,
She's got her action pose, but she's
Bye-bye.
looking at the audience there. What's going on there?
Yeah, she's looking right at you, Sam. She's like,
See,
Breaking the
Yes,
fourth wall.
Right. Looking right at us.
I guess why I like it so much too is because the origin story is written so well in this. Sometimes they aren't. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's 5.
Where are we putting this then?
5, where do we put it? 4 or 5? Let me see what the chat says. I'm going
5.
with it. 20 is higher. What? I don't know what that means. 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5. Put it at 4. We can move it
Tweet
to
me.
5.
Issue.
Put it at 5. Put it at 5.
Oh.
In the
Hold
middle.
on, Way. Hold on, Way. We'll get there. Put it on 5. Put it on 5. We can always move it up.
Yeah, we can always move it once we get to
Doesn't
other
matter as
stuff.
long as it's not going far. Next up, 14.
Okay.
Star Wars 14.
Well, this says Darth Vader though. You put
Oh shoot.
the wrong one in.
Yeah, I flip flopped it. Go with the comic, not the title. Yeah.
Here we go.
No, well, you did this, and then you did this.
Oh wait, no, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, it is because it's 2.
Well, no, I
different ones.
matched them right. It doesn't order doesn't matter. I did the order that.
Okay,
you
so
gave
Star Wars 14 is technically the second part of the Chewbacca fight with Black K.
me. Yes.
There's a
The
new
multi-bowl.
Well, no, but people like the cover though.
Yeah, it is a
So-
good cover.
The cover's
That's
nice.
Yeah, but
You can never judge a book.
you
by
said we're
its
not
cover.
ranking it on the cover.
No, well, it's ranking on the whole thing. I mean, what his thing was, are we ranking this on the whole, the comic or the cover, just the cover alone? We're ranking on the entire comic, the guts and everything. So like, the
You
cover.
got to include the cover as well. It's just not the only thing.
3.
6, 7.
There's also a second print
8.
to this as well.
Maybe 8.
If you guys are later
6.
print hunters.
Yeah, I think this is
Snicked.
8.
Or
8?
6.
Really?
Oh, Wayseeker says 8. I say 8. Lewis,
Yes.
you 3. I can't. I think we got a
no
3
importance
and 8 out of
to a
this.
Chewbacca
Oh, this
fight,
is this one is
really.
controversial.
Yeah. This
Whoa,
is a
3.
real
Well,
good
it
one.
was Chewbacca
6.
had been drugged by triple zero in most of this fight, right?
No, that wasn't that. It was the first part of the fight. This is the second part of the fight. You're talking about 13.
13 is the first part of the fight.
Okay.
I don't know.
Where are
We
we
got
getting this?
sixes. It's 6, 8, 6, 8. It's 6,
7?
3, 8, 6, 8, 3, 3, 6, 8,
4
4.
in a Russian. 4 in a Russian. 4 in a Russian.
There you go. You got 6, I think, is the average.
I think we got to get 6 in there.
I think that's Russian for 8.
Yes, we're putting this in 6, and I'm 100% against that. I think that's terrible, but okay.
Yeah, I would. I'd rather have the Afro variant instead of this one.
Yeah, I think I'd rather have the Afro variant too. Wait, time out. So we go 8, 6, 8, 6.
We deleted it. There's just for T Jones.
Good
What
job.
the Russian thing is, it's just a spam. We're just getting
Yeah, it's a
spam.
spam. We yell at Russian when there's a spam in there. All right, so what do we think? 5? Wait, we can move it up. We actually, if it's between 6 and 8, it should technically be 7, right?
That's
No,
what I
it's
was
not
thinking, but then
between
we have
6
to
and 8.
figure out a
There's
place.
3s and 4s also.
No, I think 3s and 4s were still going back to the last one.
No,
we can move around and
no,
keep
those
going and
came
see what
in.
we end
Those
up with.
came
Well,
in the same time
all right.
as the 6s and the 8s.
We'll give it 6. All right, I'm going to put the next book in there then. Hold on.
Well,
The
I was
next
fine to
book
move
will
it
be
to
for you.
7. Then we got to figure out where Afro went. I would have fine bumping Afro to 6. and-
SW15. Star Wars 15. Okay, don't put anything in. I had 4. Lopez, you're wrong with a 4. You can't have a 4. That's not a right answer. All right, Star Wars 15 then. We'll move
What
on.
about the Vader one? We're not doing that
I'm
one.
going to go back to it in a minute.
Okay.
Star Wars 15. Star Wars 15. This is the beginning of the ObiWan journals. There's a Tuscan tribe in there. What?
Is this the
7?
beginning of them? Or
Isn't
is this-
7's part of it?
Oh,
I
7
think.
is. So this is the first time. Wait. So this is this is the end scene when Jabba the Hutt hires Black K.
Well, yeah, but there's Obi-Wan journals, but the second part of Obi-Wan journals, but
Yes.
first for Black K.
Yes, first for Black K. First
Yeah.
part of Black. Thank you for clarifying. First part of Black K in. Wait, say it again so that I don't say it wrong.
This is the second part of the Obi-Wan journals, which
Mhm.
started in 7.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the first time we see Black K in that time period of the Obi-Wan journals.
Mhm.
Putting him in that timeline.
All right. Oops. So where are we putting this? Black K
9.
and Jabba.
10.
I think this is better than a 6. This is better than the book we have at 6.
Yeah, I was gonna.
So I
voted the
have-
other one in 8.
Yeah, I mean,
Look.
this is better than the 6th book we have.
He doesn't look like Ewan McGregor. Why would we?
Well, this is
Except-
yeah.
Well, he
So
doesn't
can I
look
just
like a
throw
pair
a
of
wrench
sneakers,
into
so that's
all
a
this?
plus.
Yep, go ahead.
So
9.
this is really going to shake
9,
things up, but
6.
I kind of agree with JJ. He kind of swayed me that I think we should take the annual and maybe move that to 3 or 4, and then slide in the maybe not this one, but the one coming up next. Maybe that'll create some room at 4 and 5 for what I'm pretty sure is going to be a very likable comic book moment.
I would like somebody in the chat to explain why the book that is in number 6 is in number 6.
They like the cover.
It was an
6.
average between 3 and 8.
No, I understand, Sam, but all the people that were voting 3 and 4, I guess.
It was just.
I
I think
don't-
it's just for the cover.
I think it's because
It
they
was a
picked
cool
it up at
cover.
the comic book store for $2.
Well, it is the
Yeah.
cover. It is the fight.
I think that's
between,
why. The cover dude my ass. You picked it up.
It's the
I saw your
cover, it's
IG
the-
post. You picked
The
that book
cover
up today.
actually
That's
features
why.
Black K fighting with Chewbacca. I think that's pretty cool.
No, I think it's cool too. But I think yes, Sam, I agree. But I think sometimes our chat gets a little bit healthy on what books they just picked up at the local LCS digging today and try to rank it higher on this list. Is all I'm saying. I'm calling Banta on that. But where are we
Calling
putting this? Are we
shenanigans.
putting this at 8?
Shenanigans.
Put
9.
8 or 9 for this one. Let's get this one
9.
done and then we'll go back.
Wait, 9?
Yeah, I had it higher, but the chat's got it all 8s.
No. I see 6s. Why are we putting?
We
I
got
see
1
one
6,
I see 2 9s.
2 9s, 1 6.
1
And an
8.
8.
1 8.
And an 8.
No,
Move
I had
number
it at
5
8 was
to
the
4.
All of those 4 scores don't outweigh the 6 of us.
Oh yeah.
What do we say?
9.
8 then?
All right. there's
I have it
another-
at 7, and I have because I'm moving up the 100 past 6, and then 5 goes to 4, and 6 goes to 10. That's where I have it. So
I would have had this in the 5 to 6 range, but
yeah, me too.
So move the annual to 4.
that's what I agree
and
with.
then-
Move the annual 4. Move the annual 4.
Now, do you like this first appearance in the Obi-Wan journals time frame better than a Chewbacca cover?
I do.
No, I don't.
I do too.
But
I do.
Wait, I don't understand the importance of. It's just an appearance in the time frame. He doesn't do anything, right? This is just a book where he gets hired.
Yeah, it's the book
Correct.
where he gets hired.
But,
But
I mean,
he's
there's-
only on the cover on the other one. It's not like that's his first appearance or his first time
well, he's got
fighting
a fight
Chewbacca.
in the other one.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
other
but
one
he's
is
in, a
Chewbacca.
fight, he's in a fight in Vader 15 that came out first. That's the first half of that story.
See, here's what I don't get. So here's basically you're getting the first in a flashback of which is the ObiWan journals, but then you come back around to the first time he meets Darth Vader, or not Darth Vader. First time he meets Dr. Aphra, which is, a lot of it connected to the story going is 10.
In what?
So
In
I don't
7?
get why
I
this
think
book
7
is
should
important.
be in 5. You're getting me wrong here. I think 7 should be in 5, and I think this book should be at 6, and I think 6 should be in 9. So, I mean, we're just fighting the chat here.
Yeah. I wouldn't be opposed to that either, but yeah, I just kind of want to move
Yeah. Amen.
6 down to 7 and
No,
7
sorry.
up.
I say stick it in 8.
let's pop it at 8, and then we move on to the next one and see what else we got.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, put it
let's
at
see
8,
what
but
happens.
like I said, I think we should start checking people who vote. I think we should start checking their IG posts the day of the show.
Yeah, when I add Star Wars 14 to the let the market decide section, we start eyeballing all of you guys.
Yeah. Still $2 book. Okay, so the first part of the Black K and Chewbacca fight, Vader 14. Like, if it's such an important thing, right? It should be 5 then, right?
Wait, is that one of the covers we're looking at?
This right here. Here. So number 6. This was the first part of number 6. They started off in Vader 14, then they continued it in Star Wars 14. So
This I put at 9. Personally, I put this at 9.
I do too. Yeah. Well,
Because I don't think the fight is that big a deal. The cover, I'll give a bump to the cover of the other one, but it's really just for the cover bump. I really don't care about a fight between these two because we're probably not going to see it.
Mhm.
Peter Mayhew's passed on.
Well, no,
There's
they
no
had
show for Chewbacca to show
It's
up
not-
where we
you
can see a
can't-
Black
you-
Cave fight. So
Lopez, you cannot give 6. You cannot give 14 because of the importance of a fight at 6 and tell me it's not because of of you just buying that book today, and then give this, which is
we
got the
saw your
fight
IG.
at 14.
He
at
literally
9.
said it was just the cover
We
with
saw your
Chewbacca
IG.
and
I know
Black
you
Cave
bought
fighting.
this too.
Yeah. No, yeah. We're giving him a hard time because it was
The
IG.
cover.
All right, put it. It's fine. Put it at 9. I don't have a problem with that being at 9. But yeah, 6 is garbage. Garbage book. Trash book.
Well, 6 should be in that 7 to 8 range for me.
Yeah. Okay, put that at 9. Well, don't worry. We got overall voting. We can.
Well,
Yeah,
we'll
it might
see
be
what
10.
happens after that. Oh, that's
It
this.
might
One
be
of the
10,
first things
right?
I heard, I don't want to. One
Go
of the
ahead.
first thing when Black K hit hit Disney Plus, and a lot of the people were finding out about Black K. Hey, who is this Black K? People were telling him, "Oh, he's a bad mofo because he beat up Chewbacca. That's how bad he is." So that fight is important because
But,
people are
okay, when
using
he-
that
but
fight
this
to
is the book-
reference.
This is technically the book he beat Chewbacca up in, and this is the
Mhm.
book that Chewbacca ends up winning in.
Yep.
So if he's badass for being Chewbacca, it's because of this book,
Well,
not
because
because of this.
I'm
book.
kind of
people like cover.
marrying both of them. I'm including the cover in my equation. I'm not just leaving. I'm not going by guts
Yeah,
alone.
I think
I thought
it's.
this was
I think it's
entirely
cap.
about
I think
covers.
right.
I thought
It's
this
cap
was-
right there.
Judging the books by their covers.
No, it's not by their covers. It's the overall of the book, like the whole of the book.
Yeah, it's everything.
I think you
It's
guys
whatever
should
you
use
want
that.
to factor into it.
No, we said they asked if it was covers in the beginning, or if it was the comic book, and we
It's
said
not
the whole
just cover.
comic.
It's whatever you want to. But the way I take it is whatever you want to factor in it. It's the guts,
All
the
right,
lines,
I'm
the
Star
solely
Wars
story,
judging
the
the
rarity.
books by
It's
their
everything.
covers. That's awesome. That's number 3.
That's
That's
three.
freaking awesome.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay, 3. It's the regular cover for cutting the eye. It's
Yeah,
where he gets his eye
it's an
scar.
important moment. It's only a moment. It's not
And
an
actually,
origin.
you
I
know
get
what's
it,
weird
but
is he's got the bowcaster in here, but he actually goes after him with the big rifle and gun.
big blaster. Well, the
Mhm.
big blaster would be awkward in this scene, like in this cover.
I know.
That's a 2, 3, 2.
I like the book, but do we think we see this fight?
No, I mean if he goes maybe an Obi, maybe an Obi.
Possible. I know it's
Yeah,
possible in
Obi.
Obi, but my point is Obi's
Yeah.
6 episodes,
Yeah,
and we know that Vader's going to apparently show up. I guess it seems like a lot to
we
kinda
don't know
cram in
what's
there.
going to happen over. Yeah.
Not necessarily.
It's very
It's
plain.
still
What
cool.
overarching's going on here.
Dude, we literally just gave a book because of the cover, not the content.
It's
To
very
number
plain.
6. If 14 stays at 6, then like at least this is where the lore of the Scar.
As important to Black K, I'd almost flip 3 and 4, but that's personal opinion. I'm really okay with whatever.
Yeah. I like
fine with the 4.
I'm fine with it either way. 3 and 4 sound good. At least we got those right. I mean, they're in the same category. All right, our last book is when they actually meet the twin Swavers for the first time, and Black K accosts them and takes them into prison to do what they did to him. As
this is not 5.
What do you say?
I'm just
let's
saying. This is
rearrange-
not,
No, it's 100% not 5.
Everything up. This is
100%
now the number 10. That's awful.
100% not 5.
That's
Once again, I think if we were going to take a shot at it, this could be 10. And I thought this would be 10. But this is the first time the actual slavers that slave Black K and train them are seen. But I would
Shannon. Yep, all flashbacks.
It might be. I don't know.
I mean, hey, technically, the entire series of Star Wars is all flashbacks because it took place a long time ago. And far away.
Yeah, there you go. That's true. Yeah, that's true.
But before we make Pete move everything, because this is definitely going to 10, right? Everybody's agreed with that.
Where are we re-racking everything else?
This is the problem.
7 and
This is
5.
the
I want to
re-rack
put up there.
Just move
I want to
everything
put it
up
up there for a vote. So we're just going to do this. One book is going to 5. One book is going to 5. If you want book number, this is 7. If you want book number 7 to go to 5, you push 7. If you want book number, this piece of garbage that people picked up today, you push 6.
Throw 8 in there too.
Thinking. Huh?
Throw 8 in there too.
Okay.
No,
'cause
not
it's too
8.
complicated.
Come on, man.
Well, I think 8 should be above 6 all day, but
That's why I said throw 8 in there.
yeah, I mean,
Okay, well,
this
I
book is
disagree.
just this is well overrated. This is well overrated.
It's a cover.
That's a dope cover, man.
Yeah,
I love
7. Yeah.
Just put it in 10 and move everything.
We got 3 7s and 1 6.
I got a 7 too. My vote counts. You got 2 6s because Sam votes 6. I vote 7. What do you vote, JJ?
Well, I have to vote 7 because I think the After book deserves, after 1 to 100 deserves how to be higher than 7. But
7,
Yeah.
7, 6, 6. Jedi, what do you have? You're either going to be a goat or a hero, sir.
I like the cover to 6, but I don't think it's going to matter. I'll vote 6, but I don't think it's going to matter. I think 7's going to take it.
Oh, you took the easy way out.
I like the cover. I think it's a great cover.
No, I don't have a problem with the cover.
It could have been on a different comic, maybe.
Significance to Black Krrsantan is not the cover. Isn't the significant part.
Krrsantan.
Black K, whatever. All right, 7 moves to 5.
Black Costanza.
7 moves to 5. 6 stays where it is. 8
What's
moves
moving to
up
5?
7. 9 moves up
7
to 8.
moves to 5.
Dom, where are you going?
I think we need. I think we need to vote. I think we need to take a look at those ballots.
Let's look. 7, 2, 3, 4, 1.
Yeah, there was
2.
a lot of 7s in the chat.
You
I
guys
said
4.
6.
So that
Jedi
just
said
equals out to
6.
yeah, so you get you guys get 4.
You and
total
Jedi were
votes.
canceled out by my
Chad
7.
alone
and
cancels you guys
Marco's
out.
7.
And me, JJ, Pete. I guess Don, what do you say?
I thought that I would keep that book at 6 and move the
All right,
back
so
to 5.
So that puts all 6 of us at a dead heat standstill of 3 and 3. So we went to the chat then,
All right.
which
All
I think
right.
leans towards 7.
Plus,
There were-
Sam's switching. He says he's okay with 7 going up. Okay. All right. There we go. Fair enough. I still think 6 is overrated, but that is
4 to
our
2.
top 10. Maybe we will. Well, let's do it since the chat wants to. Since we went half and half, and Sam, our fine guest here, part-time member, which we're trying to pay to be a full-time member, is arguing that
you
6
guys
is
get
such a great.
paid? You're getting
Well,
paid?
yeah. We will. Yeah.
All for Black K.
Yeah, so we'll put that on the market check for next week. There you go. The let the market decide. Why must we decide? We'll just let the market do it for us. I want to thank Sam. Do remember we're going to have a show on Wednesday, guys. This is what we want to know. What we really want to know is like, do you want spoilers on Wednesday, or do you just want us to keep it here on Sunday and do what we're doing on Sunday? We haven't figured out how we would do a Wednesday show yet. We tailored everything. This show was originally made to be moved down because Shows were premiering on Thursday/Friday, and then we'd have the Sunday to do everything.
Yeah.
We do understand that some people are really, but I will tell you this, the whole crew can't move to Wednesday. So there you go. So let us know underneath. No spoilers on Wednesday. Spoil every day, says Zaggy. Sunday for Lopez. Spoilers on Wednesday for Rune.
We can put it out as a poll on the old
put it out for a poll. Yeah. I don't know. Because it just I don't know. Yeah. All right. Well, you're gonna have to do it as a poll and put underneath because we're not going to.
That's the question, Lewis. That's the question. Do you want it on Wednesday?
Yeah. See, this is kind of what I would stay at is something like this, where Wednesday we kind of give you the overview, and Sunday we give you the full on, full frontal, full rear, the in betweens, the guts.
But you guys don't mind waiting all the way till Sunday because you know how many people like to rush out there and give their sometimes not accurate opinions on everything.
Yeah, but I don't think anybody in our audience is waiting until Sunday to watch it. So I think they're just coming here on Sunday to hear what we think about it and so that they can tell us what they think about it. So I don't see the problem necessarily with just waiting for Sunday.
True.
Fair enough. That's a true point. That's why we're asking. We're willing to do whatever. We're just not going to move the entire show to Wednesday. I just know that our Wednesday show got killed, and one of the reasons is because I mean that was it. You saw where that it doesn't take much to see where the analytics are going on that one. All right, Wednesday we'll come up with something fun to do, and we'll do a spoiler free unless the poll will put out a chat thing like Sunday.
I'll put a poll out anyway, just to be on the safe side, because anybody who hasn't watched this yet could see the poll and they could make a call. Well, we pick her all the time. It doesn't matter what day.
Well, Lopez, that's because you work on the Wednesdays and you can't see it. Once again, it's like having pictures of you bought 5 copies of the number 6 book. It was in your car. We saw the picture, and then he's like, "Yeah, it should be number 1." Yeah, okay, all right, I get it. All right, well, hey, I had fun. I hope everybody had fun too. Sam, thanks again. I know you said you would only come on to explain how Japanese Kurosawa films work and how and anime, but I would also argue the chat to see if we could get a guilt vote and have Sam come on more often, maybe just for the next 5 weeks to help even out our cinematic viewing experience on Sundays.
Okay,
we'll put that in the poll.
Maybe we can make that happen.
And we'll put that in the poll and see if that's a good thing. All right, we're not trying to steal you from any other show. We would hate
challenge
to
you, Sam, to make me like anime. I challenge you.
Okay, Jedi.
Project.
You have to actually watch it.
You guys owe me a T-shirt because Pitt lost. I hope you remember our bet. Pitt lost. You owe me a T-shirt.
Shannon, we're not talking about your love life.
Yeah, no. His wife, me and his wife grew up together. We're good friends. Actually, I'm good friends with Shannon too. We actually vacationed together. But they're Pitt fans and MSU won, so there you go, son. Send me that shirt. Let's go, Sam.
Yeah,
Sam,
so with
look,
that,
they want you on. We'll do 2 polls. We're probably not moving. Okay. All right, go ahead.
All right. We'll see you guys later.